All right, there we go. So we live now.
Cool.
Y'all in for a treat. Y'all don't even understand.
Yeah, boy.
Sitting here live in Ohio.
Mi casa, su casa.
Right. Y'all understand the Horsemen ain't been in the same place in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And as y'all can see, and I'll talk about it when we officially start, but we got an empty chair here hoping that we got the Horseman brother coming on in. I promise you this is going to be good. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all know what I like to do. I like to tag everybody so we can get some folks in and whatnot. Once we get started, we going to get rolling. I promise you, I'm excited about today. You don't even understand. You don't even understand. It's about to be good. And if you're looking for structure, today is not that day for structure. We ain't really got no structure.
Wing it city. We winging it like a... Oh, you know what? Hold up. I'm sorry. I got it connected to my dang Bluetooth.
Nah, you good, dog. You
Take
good.
that off.
So y'all just bear with us and do me a favor, y'all who are starting to pop on. Just do me a favor and like it and share it and everything, and you know, tag some folk in. When you share it, please tag some people in it too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing to tag, and I appreciate the tag or I appreciate the share, but you know, if you don't even tag nobody, it don't always work that well. So tag a couple folk who you think might enjoy this random conversation we about to have today. You know what I'm saying? As well as, you know, y'all can participate because, like I said, we ain't really got no real structure. You have some questions you want to ask us or some things you want to hear us talk about, hear our opinions on, hit us up in the comments, you know what I'm saying? So we can accommodate. We can accommodate that as well. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah. This is normal when Philonda starts asking some random icebreaker questions.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But that ain't my style. I don't
She
know.
always relented the last time. Last time she was a little timid asking a question.
Yeah.
I was expecting kind of a hardball lightweight because the first time it was kind of a softie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but only because I was ready for it. So I was like, well, I'm gonna imagine this time she might ask me something a little stronger.
And she didn't even give me none to ask. She knew what I was gonna do, and didn't even give me nothing to ask. But she was trying to ease you into it.
Yeah.
I tried to tell her, look, you Mike Gibbs, you don't need no you don't need no easing.
Nah, yeah. If you just want to ask it, just go ahead and ask it.
Right, you like Mike Lowry, man. That's what it is.
My Larry.
That's what we do. Yo, so since I brought his name up, I know you saw. You ain't seen the full yet.
I still ain't got a chance to,
bro.
I think it's about to come out on stream now. You know what I mean? Because I want to
It's
see it in
already.
theaters.
I think it's on Prime now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see it this weekend then. Definitely.
Man?
Well, listen, the one time I did have a chance to see it, and the thing is me and Paul, but we went to see Deadpool in Riverina instead.
I would just ask, have you seen that then?
Yes.
Okay, because man, if you ain't seen that, then bruh.
Yeah, we definitely.
There was gonna be some issues and everything if you hadn't seen that.
Yeah, we definitely seen that. Yeah, the Bad Boys one I just missed because last month when it came out, I got kind of occupied, so I didn't get a chance to really say to myself, "Hey, let me go see the movie." You know what I mean? Knowing I gotta go see it, you know.
I get it. I'm just a little.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Everybody keeps telling me. Everybody keeps saying Reggie.
Bro, it is man.
Everybody keeps telling me Reggie.
I'm telling you, like I want to say stuff, but I can't because you ain't seen it.
I ain't seen it. Yeah,
man.
Everybody keeps telling me Reggie. Hey.
Reggie.
I heard Reggie started the show now. Yeah.
Man,
yeah, so I keep hearing.
He need to get some new acting, some more acting gigs off of that.
Okay.
I promise you, because
Okay.
Reggie did the thing.
Yep, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, Deadpool and Wolverine, man, it was everything you needed. It's probably the only movie really worth. I mean, other than probably Bad Boys this year, it's probably the only movie really worth going to see.
Nah, there's some that are coming out that I've heard about. I can't think off the top of my head right now, but I've heard about that are supposed to be really freaking good.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Movies ain't been that great these
Man,
days.
that's because everybody's rushing, trying to be the first out. Remember, it used to be a time there would be space in between some of these. Man,
Yeah, everybody rushing, everybody trying to put in sequels and stuff like that.
for no reason, because half these sequels
After you
suck.
yeah, right. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Most of them ain't good. The vast majority of them ain't good.
I ain't seen a good sequel Well, excluding Bad Boys and Wolverine, I ain't seen a good sequel in a grip.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait for what's his name, Tom Cruise. I can't wait for him to die.
That's right.
Let's get this
You don't
Mission
like
Impossible
Tom Cruise.
stuff over.
You don't like, man, the Mission Impossible dope, man.
No, I as much as I hate Tom Cruise, I love the Mission Impossible series.
Yeah.
But can he die now? Like for real, it's time to Ethan Hunt go.
Tom Cruise ain't never dying, man.
It's time to let Ethan Hunt go.
He gotta be the Darby Allin of the movie world.
Nah. If we let James Bond go, it's time to let Ethan Hunt go. It's time. It's past time. He looks old in that movie, man. Oh, I mean for real old.
Yeah.
I mean I know he's old, but he looks old.
They probably just gonna have him groom a replacement. And then
I don't even want that. Just let the whole Mission Impossible series go.
You know, because that's what they're gonna do with James Bond. They're just gonna use another James
Yeah,
Bond.
but see the thing, the allure of James Bond is he's 007.
Right.
So you could attach anybody to the 007. Ethan Hunt is Ethan Hunt.
Yeah.
It's different. It's like if you got Tommy's Angels as opposed to Charlie's. You can't. It don't have the same ring to it.
But you can always develop another character, but you gotta develop them right. Him
But
or her.
and here's the thing, they kind of already did.
Who?
Jack Reacher.
Well, with Reacher,
Yeah, the Reacher
as somebody to take over.
He's already doing the Reacher series. Have you seen the Reacher series on Prime?
Yeah, of course.
Bro, he's
dope,
Tom Cruise.
But take over Mission Impossible. Take over Mission Impossible. Was he in the last one?
No, but I mean just that franchise as a whole.
As a whole.
Just remove Mission Impossible and insert that
and put him in there.
What's the other one? Tag on. There's the Jack Ryan as well.
Kaczynski.
Yeah, it's real hard to see him and take him seriously, but
I don't know if he could. Yeah, could he do time? Yeah, I don't know. And then the Jack Reacher dude, he's so big and so brute. I don't know if because the Mission Impossible character, you gotta kind of be a little sleek. You gotta be a spy.
No, you
know
don't.
what I mean? You gotta kind of be a little.
No, you don't.
I mean, because like I said, you a big dude. You ain't exactly very subtle.
Let him not be subtle. I'm cool with him not being subtle. Sometimes
then it goes from a spy movie to just a straight up action movie. Then at that point, you just
tell where is the spy in Mission Impossible?
Tom Cruise, don't he be changing his faces and stuff like that? They do.
So you trying to tell me that you can't change the face on that big dude?
I'm just saying a big dude ain't inconspicuous. You know what I'm saying? A real big dude like that dude like 6'5", really big dude. He's not inconspicuous. It ain't like
Tom Cruise
walking around. Tom Cruise ain't
is
like
5'6".
5'6", yeah. 5'8".
So he's very noticeable too. How often do you see a 5'6" dude? How many 5'6"?
You see plenty of smaller dudes. Below 6 foot. There's plenty of dudes below 6 foot.
Below 6 foot, but not 5'6".
Is average. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's 3 inches shorter than that.
Yeah, but average don't mean
how tall is Tom Cruise for real?
He's probably about 5'8".
He ain't 5'8".
Think he's shorter than that? I don't know if he's shorter than that.
Ain't no way.
5'8", he's 5'8", 5'7", probably. 5'7".
Oh crap, he's 5'7". Yeah. He don't look 5'7". Let me tell you right now, he does not look any bit of 5'7".
I think he looks.
He's a tiny little
5'8".
man.
I was like, yeah, he look about 5'8". Yeah,
he's a tiny little man.
That tiny. He ain't Kevin Hart. That's tiny. Kevin Hart was 5 foot.
Still though.
You know, I don't think Tom Cruise is that tiny. I mean, he's a small dude, but he about 5'7", 5'8". That's near average. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah.
He somebody like that can blend in a lot more than somebody that's 6'5", 250 pounds. Because there ain't a lot of them. Because there's only 14% of people, only 14% of men on the earth are over 6 feet. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I'm happy to be in the
14%. Yeah, I'm barely in it, but I'm in it. I'll take it. But I'm just saying, if somebody like that is hard to blend in.
Yeah, sure to see. Make sure I get the right guy. Hold on. What is the guy's name? Is it Alan Richardson?
Alan Richardson. Yeah, Alan Richardson. Yeah.
It's a horrible name. And what up, Jay? I see you. Want to appreciate you, bro. Make sure you do the things that we normally do. Yeah, he's 6'3". He ain't that. He ain't that. He
Okay.
ain't. Yeah, he ain't that tall.
He's still a big dude. I mean, I know he ain't that
He's
tall.
just buff.
He ain't big.
You are
He
not.
way bigger than a guy like Tom Cruise.
I'm way bigger than Tom Cruise. That's not
I'm just
saying.
saying it's a lot. It's a lot easier.
Not Vin
blend
Rames.
in.
What's his name? The black dude. I'll keep wanting to call him Vin Rames. Not Vin Rames. What is his name?
The dude
Michael
with-
Clark Duncan. No, that ain't
Michael Clark
him.
Duncan?
The black dude in the Mission Impossible. Keep wanting to call him.
Yeah, Vin Rames. You
Okay.
right, Vin Rames. Yeah.
Him and Duncan. I know one of them's dead. I never remember which one.
Yeah, Mark Clark Duncan's passed away. But
He's-
Vin
he's-
Rames ain't super tall either though.
But he big though.
Yeah, he a big
and
dude,
he doing spy stuff.
Yeah. Well, he doing computer stuff. he the tech man. and then like I said, he the tech man. And then like I said, a big black dude don't blend in that much. Like most of these Mission Impossible movies ain't done in Africa. You know what I mean? Places where they ain't done where places where it's a lot of black people. You know what I'm saying? So like guys like Tom Cruise can if he go to Russia. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no big black dudes don't blend in Russia. It's just like that movie Tenet. You ever see that movie?
I
Tenet?
hate that movie.
The only black, you telling me the only black dude in Russia? I was like, huh?
hate that dude.
You know what I'm saying? So
More
it was
than
kinda
you
weird.
know. I hate that movie more than you understand.
Tenet.
I spent. Hold up. Here we go. I'm gonna tell you what I spent. in
right.
Just a second. we gonna get this thing officially started before I mess around and don't do the official start and do the whole thing. This is how it's gonna be for a little while. This is what we do. Oh, let me
Tenet
go.
like a mud. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of it either. I thought it was a dope little concept, but like when I went to watch it in movies, I was really excited to
No,
watch
it was a stupid concept too. But hold that thought. We get ready to get this thing started right now with the Real Talk Podcast.
This is Real Talk. Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk. Real Talk. This is Real Talk. Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk. Real Talk. Real Talk.
Yo, what's up? All right, welcome to yet another edition of the Real Talk Podcast. We on location today in Columbus, Ohio, inside my boy's house, Horsemen Reunion.
Right.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
As always, I'm your host, Pastor Jesse Jones. My lovely wife, the fired executive producer, she's not with us today. But I do have a special guest host, and as you can see, we got a empty chair. We hoping our other special guest host is able to make it, but we got my boy, the one, the only, Micatude, Mr. Trek, Mr. AKA. He is the beat maker. He is the newest and better version of all of your favorite producers and beat makers combined. He on the way up. He's the mastermind behind the Real Talk
coming.
jingle. He is the man. He is the one and only Mike Gibbs. Say hi to folks, sir.
What up, Tread Up, Trek G. Y'all know who it is. Hey, he always got the great announcement whenever I come on. I don't need to say nothing else. It is. We are live in the CO. We are in my domicile. Mi casa, su casa. We are in a bachelor pad. We're in an Enterprise. We ain't on a bridge, but we're in an Enterprise. We're in a bachelor pad. So that means it may be his show, but that means that I'm the tribal chief. I'm the tribal chief. I'm the head of your table. I'm the provider around here. And we about to have a great show. We about to kick it. We about to have some fun. We're going to wing it. So y'all know what it is. It is Real Talk. Let's go.
So, so much I can say about that, and I promise you, I'm going to wind up coming back to that. You the tribal chief? Okay, I'm going to come back to that. But this Tenet message you brought up.
Oh, yeah, Tenet. Yeah, we talking about Tenet.
Dude,
Uh-huh.
horrible movie. Horrible. It is. You don't understand. I watched that movie 4 times trying to understand it, and I hated it more every time I watched
I
it.
couldn't watch it more than once, man. I couldn't do it, man. I mean, like I said before when we started, like I thought it was a pretty dope concept, but I watched the movie and I was confused. like when I watched it in the movie theaters and when it first came out, I felt like the sound was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like
it was
just weird.
It wasn't just a movie theater because we
and
bootlegged
Christopher
it.
Nolan dope. So I was just like, you know.
We bootlegged it.
Okay.
For starters, so let me start with that. Because my wife has done some things with our Fire Stick, and I'll say it like that to protect the not so innocent. She from Southside Chicago, so she do things like that. And so we watched it, and I watched 3 different links. First of all, I thought I was getting a bad link because the first scene looks like it is a bootleg with old school bootleg with some of the handheld VHS in the theater taping it, but it's like that through the whole movie. And then there's my fired executive producer right now. What's good, baby? We hoping he's on the way. So since you mentioned, for those who can't see, let me go ahead and put it up. She's asking where Paul is. He is our 3rd, hopefully, guest host. This is why we saving the chair for him. The 3rd Horseman.
He'll show up. If
you know
not,
what I'm saying?
It's all good. We understand.
Yeah, he got some things he's taking care of, but we hoping he on the way. I just shot him a text, let him know he's still welcome to come, even though we live.
Yep.
Yo,
door's open.
We's ready for this.
Door's open.
Baby, I'm trying to tell him how horrible Tenet was.
Ugh.
This movie, horrible. Yeah. And then the concept was, I don't even understand what the concept was. I'm still
I mean, I could take a crack at it. I mean, I guess they were just trying to stop nuclear attacks by going back in time. Well, kind of going back in time, but like going forward in time, but going back.
Exactly.
Going back in time, but you know.
Let me tell you what pissed me off. Let me tell you what pissed me off the most about this stupid, ignorant movie. When I threw my hands up the first time, I said, I'm done. It's the car scene where they're driving and the car, I guess, is kind of going backwards. And as I'm like,
and the chase, the car chase.
Yeah. I'm like, what is going on? What is this?
Time bullets.
I'm really trying to understand what the dude, this is the dumbest movie. And it made me hate Denzel's son. Oh. He has never been more Denzel than he was in that movie and was horrible at it.
Yeah.
You did your daddy's mannerisms and voice, and you did it on a bomb?
Honestly, I felt like he was miscast for the movie. He's miscast
miscast for life. I don't think he should be acting.
He was miscast. I mean, how you gonna I mean, the movie starts off as him as a strike team in Russia. He's now he just said Denzel's son, and I just said the country Russia. Him in a strike team. Well.
Now what you saying? I'll say what you trying to say now.
I'm saying that there's no black people in Russia like that. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't need to spell that. I think everybody know that.
But he wasn't doing spy stuff. He was on the strike team.
He was on the strike team, in the SWAT strike team. He wasn't even a spy. He was on the freaking strike team like he was a normal Russian citizen.
But as a strike team, you don't have to blend in. You walk in with armor and a gun.
Yeah. Of course you walk in.
So you ain't got to blend in. He could be black and be in Russia with a strike team.
I don't know, man.
At the opera?
It seems.
I'm sorry, what opera? It was orchestra.
I'm just saying, man. We don't see many black people in Russia, dog. You know what I'm saying? So he felt kind of out of place. That's all I'm saying. When I started the movie, I was like,
the movie was out of place. The movie was out of place. None of it made sense. Not one bit. And then they bring in the chick who's supposed to tell you and give the exposition about the movie, and I was more confused when she finished talking than I was when it started.
Yeah, when she explained it, I still didn't really kind of get it. Yeah.
And you're talking to a dude who watched Inception and got it the first time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And I went back only to catch the nuggets that I missed the first time.
Right.
And I'm looking at Tenet thinking, because people who saw it before me were like, yo, this is going to be like Inception. You got to pay close attention. It's going to be good. Mm-hmm. And I watched it, and I said, when's the Inception happen? When's the good part happen? When is the part where all this comes together and makes sense? When? Because it didn't happen. Ever. At all. This is why he should no longer be allowed. He should be blackballed from Hollywood because of that. I don't care what whose daddy is.
Just for taking a role, huh?
Yes. The same way I feel about Tenet, the same way I feel about Catwoman.
You say what? Catwoman?
The same way I feel about Catwoman is what I feel about Tenet. Halle Berry should after that should not have been allowed to act.
Oh man, I just
Whoever wrote it shouldn't have been allowed to write scripts no more. Everybody involved in these projects should be blackballed from Hollywood.
Everybody deserves the attempt.
No, you don't. No,
everybody deserves the attempt, man.
Nope. Everybody don't deserve the attempt.
Deserves the attempt. It's just this the attempt. It was just went poorly to me.
I ain't mad at the swing and trying to swing big. Here's the problem: when you swing big and you miss, you should have to suffer the consequences of your miss.
Yeah, good luck with that these days.
He suffered nothing.
Yeah. Well, of course he suffered nothing because he's just an actor. So he's just doing his
He
job.
should suffer.
But real talk, the reason why Christopher Nolan didn't suffer is because he got too good of a resume. He got too many other good movies on his resume.
Listen, there's no movie he has good enough to kill this, to make
Dark
this
Knight.
film. Nope.
Dark Knight.
Tenet was worse than Dark Knight is good. You know it's true. You know.
I don't know about that, man.
Don't you sit there and tell me.
Man, but you gotta understand how we look at. I look at Dark Knight as the greatest superhero movie ever.
And Tenet is the worst spy whatever movie ever.
I don't know. There's been some pretty bad spy movies out there, man.
Name me
I'm
one
trying
that's worse
to.
than
That's
Tenet.
what I'm saying. I know there's some bad ones out there, dog.
Ain't none worse than Tenet. Nothing
know,
I've seen. None. Name me one.
As far as like this, as far as the storyline goes, it's just so crappy, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Something like that, man. But the worst ever, the worst spy movie. You going through spy movies? You're trying to find. You gonna pull up tons of worse movies. I know you will.
No, you won't. No, I won't. First off, well, let me do it this way first because I got to make sure that Tenet is considered a spy movie.
This is true. We don't know if it's what is considered. He got his own.
I know what's considered trash.
He got his own genre. We don't know if they consider it a spy movie or if it's considered an action movie.
Tenet's considered a spy movie.
Yeah,
according to this, so okay, it's a spy movie, and it better be in the top 50 worst. Otherwise, your spy movie list is not credible. It's just not. Let's see.
So we'll see.
Ballistic X versus Sever is number one. No.
X versus Sever. Oh, okay.
Tenet's worse.
I ain't never even seen that.
I have. Tenet is worse. Leonard Part 6. Tenet is worse. This is Bill Cosby as a spy. Leonard Part 6 and Tenet is still worse.
I remember that.
Never saw Cast and Doll, so I can't talk about that. State of the Union, Triple X State of the Union is way better. Way better than Tenet.
True.
I never saw Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., so.
I ain't never seen any Spy Kids movies. So
they're for kids.
Yeah,
they're
kids,
allowed
so
to be bad because they're for kids. I don't, any of these kid movies, Tuxedo, Agent Cody, all of them.
Movie.
Okay. Yeah, the Avengers. For y'all who don't know that.
that's right. Yeah, bad movie.
Tenet is still Tenet is still worse.
It's worse than the Avengers?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
The Avengers is all time bad.
Bad is really bad.
The Avengers The Avengers is Kobe Bryant to Tenet's Michael Jordan.
Come on, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Avengers is super bad, bro.
Codename The Cleaner.
See what I'm talking about?
I forgot about Codename Cleaner. I forgot about Codename Cleaner.
Dog, you forgot about that. Cedric the Entertainer. Come on, man.
But see, here's the thing. You hear Cedric the Entertainer, do you think good spy movie? Does he look like a good then listen to the title. Codename The Cleaner. I consider that more of a spoof spy movie than I would say it's a spy movie.
Okay.
It's horrible, but I still won't say
worse. It's still worse than Tenet.
No, it's not.
I think it's worse.
I'll sit down and watch that right now. Over to you. Give me a choice. I will watch Codename The Cleaner and have to quote the lines.
I ain't gonna lie. I will say one thing about Tenet. Like the airplane part, that was dope.
Nothing dope about this movie.
That was dope.
Nothing.
That was dope.
Triple X is better.
Movie, but that was a dope movie. That was
Bad Company was way better.
Triple X better. Bad. What was that? Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, way better. I remember that movie.
I don't know if I
Way
remember.
better. He had a twin.
Yeah,
that's
twin.
that's the movie. He had a twin. His twin was
twin
actually the
died?
spy. The twin died. He
do
was
remember that
a
movie.
street hustler that they just needed because he looked like him to accomplish a mission. The plot sucked,
I remember
but the
enough about
movie
it to
was
really
still
say
better.
It was worse than Tenet.
It's better than Tenet.
Yeah.
See, this list is fraudulent. They got Captain America. Oh wait,
They got
okay.
Casino Royale
Okay,
or
no.
the original one.
1990 Captain America, the original Casino Royale. I was about to fight.
Say, yeah, right. Captain America, Casino Royale. Casino Royale was dope.
Some of these I've not seen.
Yeah.
Hold on, The Spy Next Door, Leslie Nielsen. Man, that's a spoof.
Spoof. They're counting them as spy. Johnny English spoof.
Yeah.
They're counting them as spy movies. Get Smart. Yeah, I don't know
Wait,
that-
they made a sequel to Get Smart,
It's weird.
or is that a one on its own? Because the Get Smart that I saw was with The Rock and
old girl Catwoman.
Yeah.
Catwoman. And what's the name with Steve Carell?
Steve Carell. That's what I was saying.
Steve
Yeah.
Carell. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know why that would be.
Die Another
Day is
Day
pretty rough.
is
That's
Die Another Day is a franchise killer.
Even the theme song was rough. Die Another Day. Madonna.
It is, man. Okay.
And let Madonna do the theme song.
Okay, so now we get into one that the stuff that's close. Die Another Day is close. I still would rather watch it than watch Tenet.
Yeah. Nope.
Never seen Spy Hard, never seen Mighty Jack, never seen Broken Arrow.
You never seen Broken Arrow? Broken Arrow wasn't too bad.
Super 8, I've never seen Secret Agents.
Crazy you never seen Broken Arrow. I thought you seen Broken Arrow.
No, I haven't seen it.
On DVD or something? John Travolta? Christian Lady?
I hate John Travolta.
That's right. You don't like John Travolta. Okay.
No, I said I hate John Travolta. I said I don't like. I hate him.
Okay. I'm sorry. You hate him.
Some
Some
off
off
here.
That was okay.
No, I refuse to say. I
Jumping
refuse.
Jack- wow,
I
I
refuse
forgot
for them
the
to say Jumpin' Jack Flash was a bad movie.
It wasn't a bad movie. No.
Jumpin' Jack Flash was wonderful.
Yeah. Nice heartfelt movie, man.
Man, that list is
Cats and
fraudulent.
Dogs. Yeah, that's a rough list, man.
That's a fraudulent
I don't know. It's definitely Tenet is definitely one of the worst movies I ever seen. It's definitely one of the worst movies
I
I've ever seen.
refuse to hear it as
I
one
couldn't
of.
believe
It
him.
is the worst.
I don't know about the worst, man. I've seen some pretty bad movies.
The worst.
Some pretty crappy 80s movies and 90s movies.
Oh no, spy movie. Now if we talking about the worst
spy
movie.
movies. Yeah, okay, spy movies, yeah.
I got some names for the worst
Of course.
spy for the
But
worst
yeah,
movie of all time.
Yeah, but
We
yeah,
could
it's-
start with 146, 20, 121, whatever. However many hours that white man was stuck with his arm in the cave or between the rock. That was horrible. Armored.
I thought Tenet was bad, but I would watch certain parts of Tenet. You know what I mean?
That's because you're a nice guy.
That don't got nothing to do with it. You know, there are plenty of movies I wouldn't piss on, let alone watch. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wouldn't pee on what's that vampire stuff crap? What's that crap they used to call it? That Eclipse Breaking Dawn stuff. That with the vampire stuff. Remember the vampire stuff? You know what I mean?
You talking about
What was their name? What was they called?
Twilight.
Twilight. Yeah, I wouldn't piss on Twilight if it was on fire. I'm sorry. Twilight is horrible.
As much as I hate Twilight, I would rather watch that. I would rather have to do what my wife forced me to do the first time.
Can't watch
Sit
Twilight.
down and watch them back to back to back. We had a Twilight movie marathon for our daughter, and I had to watch all of them back to back to
That's
back.
torture.
And I would rather do that again than watch Tenet. Do you understand
That
me?
is torture. That man. And that first time, everybody was hyping it up like, yeah, Twilight's good. It's got a good storyline and stuff like that. And I watched the first one. That is 2 hours of my life I cannot get back.
Try all 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah, right.
the
And
name
then you
are.
guys watched all 4 of them.
Here's what I hated about it from the jump.
I had to
The
go
moment
to
I
sleep for 24
saw
hours to sleep all that off.
the moment I started to understand the plot, I got upset. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, so we just gonna accept this R. Kelly behavior? So we're gonna let this 800-year-old man hit all this minor. And it's cool. And okay, sure. And to prove it, the last movie.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, so she gets with the vampire one. I forget what Edward. I think it was Edward. I don't remember who was who. Yeah. She gets with him, right? Has a kid. The werewolf one that everybody loved, that everybody was just so enthralled with. they have this thing called imprinting, where like just an instant connection, you're bonded for life, and chances are this person's gonna be yours. He imprinted on their baby.
Okay, so was imprinting almost like you said, it's almost like a pair bonding kind of type thing?
Yes, something like that. But but the way they did it was they made it seem sexual the entire time. They're talking about imprinting.
They made the whole bonding thing sexual, and they did it to his baby.
Yes, the werewolf imprinted on the vampire and the dumb white chick's baby. It was 10 seconds old. He's holding the baby, and they do this whole kind of flash of lights and colors and stuff, and he just imprinted on that. And everybody's like, "Aw," and I'm like, "See, this is why R. Kelly got away with everything he got away with for as long as he did, because y'all approve of this kind of behavior." Because I'm thinking, as a father. I hear you say you imprint, I'm killing you. Just sit.
Right, yeah.
Just the last thing you've ever done in your life.
Exactly.
You got to go. And he was like, it's okay.
Is it because the baby is supposed to be half vampire or something like that?
I don't know.
Why?
They never explained it. And here's what was really jacked up. You spend this entire stupid series chasing this dumb girl who wants this old man, and because you can't get the dumb girl, you go for her baby? And we all okay with this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Twilight. I don't know who's making these movies. They say these movies are supposed to be for teens or whatever. I'm trying to understand how the hell these movies are for anyone.
For anyone.
For teens.
And yet, I would still rather go back through that and then watch Tenet.
Yeah.
You ain't named the movie yet that I would rather watch. That I would rather watch than Tenet.
Yeah.
Or I would rather watch Tenet than there's none. I can't think of none. I would rather go back and watch 128 hours than watch Tenet.
There's something to be said about like trying to do things too freaking complicated. like way too complicated. Tenet took it way too complicated for no reason whatsoever. Movies don't need to be that dang complicated. All right, you know what I mean? Most people, when they come to the movies, they usually, they usually pretty simple. They usually looking for good and evil, you know what I'm saying? Or bad and good, you know what I'm saying? There's a good guy, there's a bad guy. I mean, not all movies, but Jesus Christ, like the way you did Tenet, I didn't know who to root for. I didn't know who to. Yeah,
I knew who to root for. The ending credits. That's who I was rooting for the entire time.
So, like, I mean, the dude that was supposed to be the protagonist, you know what I mean? I'm sure he was a good guy, but was he? Nobody knows.
And more to the point for me, did it matter?
Yeah, right. At the end of the day, it didn't matter.
I don't know if this whole thing matters.
Obviously, they stopped something. You know what I mean? You know what probably could have helped? Maybe if you showed what could have happened if they lost.
Give me something.
Give me something. You know what I mean? Yeah, just, because it really wasn't it was just all spy thriller with a super complicated.
It gives spy movies a bad name.
Yeah, spy thriller with a super complicated plot, man. It's just weird, So Christopher Nolan, you could do better than that. We've seen you do much better than that.
I don't think Christopher Nolan actually did it. I refuse to believe he did it. Here's what I believe. I believe he put his name on it just so that people would come to watch it the same way that Denzel made sure he acted in, what was that movie? The Sailor movie. He was trying to get another black kid a chance. He directed it, but somebody else was the star, but they kept promoting Denzel. Hold on,
it was a movie? It was a regular movie?
Yeah, it was a regular movie. Okay. See, I got to look it up now because I know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
Was Denzel in it?
For like 10 seconds.
Like 10 seconds, okay. Yeah. I got to remember what you...
Oh, I'm about to look it up, I promise you.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably know it.
Let's see, what's the name of that stupid movie? Antoine Fisher.
Antoine Fisher, okay. Yeah.
I believe that Nolan did Tenet the same way Denzel was in Antoine Fisher.
Yeah, I think
catfished the world.
I think you just hoping that.
No,
he did it.
I need to go Tenet and rewind time and find out Because until somebody proves to me different, and I know if Christopher Nolan had an answer for it, he would still say, yeah, I did it, but he got to now.
Well, maybe you can incept him and find out. He incept Christopher Nolan and find out. And man, bro, your sound design team, I would have fired everybody. Nobody was doing sound
Nobody
again on
in
a
that
movie after that.
should be working again.
No,
Nobody.
about that. The sound design team, though, oh my God, sound design team really bad. You couldn't hear nobody talking. Too many stuff was too loud. There's no balance in the sound design, bro. Whoever did the sound design, and hopefully maybe they fixed it for Bluray. I saw it in theaters.
No, they did not.
It was that bad. It was still bad on DVD Blu-ray. See,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yes.
That's no good, man. That's no good.
That's why I said understand that movie. I first, here's what also I cannot believe that we spent 35 minutes talking about this retarded. This stupid movie. I'm sorry, community. I'm not supposed to say the R word. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm from the 80s. I'm born 80s, raised in the 90s. I forgot. It just came out of me. It's true. I'm still learning. I'm still growing.
It just
I
came
apologize to all of the people, even though it's a real. Never mind. Let me not go on a tangent about it being a real word. I'll leave it alone. Yeah, I just.
Okay. Well, let's go to another movie. We all just saw Deadpool and Wolverine. And Deadpool and Wolverine, now that's a movie that we can all get behind and we can all put our
Epic.
yes, from beginning to end, funny as hell.
Would you say it's better than the first?
That's a good one. Oh man, I love the first two, dog. That scene on the highway still always got me, always getting me.
Oh yeah, that's. I made sure to rewatch the first two before I went to go see three.
Yeah, me too.
And so it was all fresh in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will give you the highway, and I will trade you all of the TVA people coming out at the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning.
And this nigga just dancing to what was it, Justin Timberlake? What was it? Bye bye bye. What was the song?
Bye, bye, bye.
And I'm watching him dance and cut. I'm like,
yeah.
When he stuck his hand through the head and made it talk, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Ryan Reynolds lost his mind.
Right. And if you saw it in a movie theater, there was not a sad face in that movie theater. Everybody was laughing. Everybody laughed from beginning to end. Everybody clapped at the end of it.
All of that to find Wolverine's bones.
Right, all that just to find.
And they beat him with the bones.
Right, it is adamantium, so it's pretty valuable. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Highly recommend Deadpool Wolverine this year. Awesome movie, funny as heck. Can't miss. Got some nice little cameos in there. Dope little cameos. Of course, the dopest cameo is I'm the only one.
Listen,
that there ever will be.
You're being vague. I'm not. Listen,
okay,
I'm not saying spoiler.
Okay, well,
it's been long enough.
All right, that's right. You're right. No spoiler. I'm the only Blade that exists. I'm the only Blade that ever will exist. I'm sorry, Mahershala Ali.
It was a look on his face. It was a look on Ryan Reynolds' face when he said it through the mask. Ooh.
Yes. They digged and digged at Marvel. I loved it. They digged and digged at Marvel the whole movie.
Because Marvel has deserved
that's
it.
Right. That's right. You deserve
They
it.
have been.
No, you deserve. You earned it.
Yeah, they earned it.
You earned it. Yeah,
They
earned
have
it.
been sleeping on us
since
Endgame.
Yep, since
and
Endgame.
just tossing out this trash just because, hey, we're building to Kang that we're no longer gonna take.
Yeah, right. And then you get rid of him.
Robert.
And then,
Downey
how about that? What you think about that? Him playing Dr. Doom, bro.
At first, I was like, nah, you can't have him. But then
too.
I remembered in the comics, there's a version of it where where Iron Man becomes Doom, or vice versa, whichever it is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if they follow that, I can roll with it.
Yeah.
I can roll with it. As long as they allow Black Captain America, who's the only one of the original Avengers left, to recognize Stark as Stark or Doom as Stark. Like, hey, you was on our side. Now all of a sudden,
I think they're gonna do the multiversal stuff.
no, I think they're closing it.
I know they're gonna do it, but they're gonna close it. They're gonna use this to close it.
Okay,
I think that's.
I
What
can see that.
I think they're gonna do it and then use this to close it. And I think
can
that's
see
one of the reasons why they brought Robert Downey Jr. back he started it, so they're gonna use him to close it.
I can
You know
see
what I
that.
mean? Yeah, I think they're gonna use him to close it because there's a version of Iron Man taking over as Doom. There's also a version where Victor Von Doom and Iron Man were actually college roommates. And what happened is Victor Von Doom tricked Stark into basically switching bodies with him. You know what I mean? So Victor Von Doom was actually Stark, and Stark was actually Victor Von Doom.
Hilarious.
And then they went on, to basically become one Doctor Doom and one Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely multiple versions. There's definitely a context for that. But how they gonna do it? That's gonna be the real big question.
I think at this point it doesn't matter because Robert Downey Jr. he makes such a splash that the movie's going to be good on the strength of him alone.
Right.
There's no actor that I can think of that could have played Tony Stark and made us care about Iron Man. Because, like, if you are familiar with superhero canon, right? Iron Man, prior to the Iron Man movie starring Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man was a C-list superhero.
Yep. That's right. The Avengers were C-list superheroes. Really?
On the shoulders of Iron Man, he elevated them to A-list competition, A-list faction, and made Iron Man a hero we care about. Mm-hmm. Iron Man was nothing more than a poor man's Bruce Wayne with a suit.
I can't totally disagree, you know what I mean? But it definitely put him up there with Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and stuff like that. It definitely put him in that name recognition. It put all the Avengers in that name recognition. I mean, we all knew who the Incredible Hulk was. You know, we all knew who these people were. But Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, the Avengers weren't really people didn't really read the Avengers like that
at all.
Yeah.
It was
I was a Spider-Man and X-Men fan. Spider-Man, X-Men, and Batman.
That's all it is.
Them were my comic books. You know what I mean? And them were from everybody I knew. Everybody read Batman. Everybody read Spider-Man. Everybody I knew read Batman, Spider-Man, and X-Men. Everybody I knew. So
that's all. And then all of a sudden, here come Robert Downey Jr. making us care about Tony Stark. Mm-hmm. Tony Stark.
He's cared about it.
So there's no way, just on the strength of how smug he's able to be, that he's not going to make this Doctor Doom character credible enough for us to care about him too.
Yeah.
Because if you know comic book lore and all of that, Doctor Doom was one of the fiercest villains in the. He
one of the strongest.
He beat the snot out of Thanos without even trying.
I don't know about did he?
Yeah,
it depends on which arc. Dr. Doom was very, very strong, a very, very strong villain character. Sometimes sometimes he did the anti-hero thing, but Dr. Doom is a very strong villain. Yeah, I'm very excited to see and actually how they're gonna do about doing it. You know what I mean? Because they didn't do so well with Fantastic Four. So Dr. Doom is a very, very, very respected villain.
Fantastic Four is like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fantastic Four.
It never existed. Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine closed that off too.
We just. How about
another one?
I had forgotten that Captain America was originally the Firestorm. I forgot.
Yeah, you forgot. Yeah, everybody forgot. He did so good. Everybody forgot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought he forgot he was Johnny.
When he said
Johnny
"flame on," I was like, "Oh crap, he was."
That's right.
Oh crap.
Yeah. I kind of saw it coming. I was like, "Ain't no way they're gonna let him be Cap." Out in the hour, especially acting like that.
You bring him back? Why not? You brought back Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. Why not?
Yeah. No, I thought that was a great little thing to the movie. You flame on. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. And then with Pyro, I was like, yep, you forgot.
He steals fire.
He can control fire. So as soon as you flamed on, yep, thank you. Have a nice day.
And then the horrific way he died.
Yes. Oh my God.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
But it's still no excuse for the fact that you have not seen Bad Boys.
Yeah, I know. No excuses.
You really didn't deserve to see Deadpool and Wolverine because you haven't seen Bad Boys.
Yeah, I know. I got a chewing for P2 for that.
It don't make no sense.
Oh, not just from him, from another one of my buddies. He's like,
everybody, listen, you ought to be monkey stomped. Like somebody should dog
that's
walk
not
you for that.
That ain't happening at all. But
I love you
I
like because you
understand.
family, but you ought to be dog
I
walked.
definitely take the chew out. You know what I mean?
No. You deserve. You
I chewed
deserve.
out. I've been chewed out before.
You deserve some corporal punishment for that. That's what you deserve. Corporal punishment for that and for that disrespect.
There's no disrespect. I'll watch it. I will watch it in all its splendor on my beautiful 4K 60
and see,
hertz
this is and
perfect
see this.
TV and sound
No,
system
don't try to throw your great TV and sound system in the mix. It ain't got nothing to do with this. It ain't as great a sound system in the screen as a movie. No, I don't want to hear that.
True.
No,
but hey, I'm not gonna and
See,
I'm
this
not
is
gonna
why-
watch, and you know what? I'm not even gonna watch it on the streaming site. I'm gonna buy it like I do it all.
This
Bad
is
Boys
why we
movies.
can't.
Like I have all
This is
Bad
why we
Boys
can't get
movies.
ahead as a
I'm gonna buy it,
people
you
because
know?
because we always choose the white man over ourselves. You chose the white man over supporting.
Get out of here!
You chose Ryan Reynolds
Absolutely
over
not.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. How dare you?
Absolutely not.
How dare you?
Nah.
You let your money go to them first. You won't even pay as much in the for the movie
Nope.
as you will
Timing.
having gone to the movie for it.
Timing.
You made time for Deadpool, didn't you?
No, I didn't make time.
Ain't that
I somebody asked and I just happened to have that amount of time, that little bit of time to do it.
This was wrong with us people. We'll never make time for us. We make time for everything out there, but we can't make time for us.
Gladly made time for my people. It was a timing thing.
I can't tell. You ain't part of contribute. You
issue.
ain't part of the contributing factor
it's a
to Bad
timing
Boys
issue.
being as good as it was.
You can't tell, but that is the reality.
Mike Gibbs don't like black people.
Yeah, good luck with that. I gotta look in the mirror every day. That's not happening. I'll see it. Trust me. Don't worry.
You said that last time we had an episode. Hold on, let me find out how long it's been
yeah,
since
sorry.
you was on.
Yeah,
Because
sorry.
you said it the last time we was on. Oh, I'm gonna see it. Because we had just me and Flavia just come
but
up.
just
and
because
see it.
I'm gonna see it, don't mean I gotta see it fast.
Yes, it do. What you mean?
I ain't on the clock.
Yes, you are.
What clock? What clock
You
am
were
I on?
absolutely on the clock. It was over a month ago, bro.
No, there we go.
Over a month ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you ain't seen it.
Is what it is.
So sad. This is.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'll see it when I'm ready to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is sad. This is sad.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I just listen. I mean, I don't really got too many excuses other than the fact that I don't really watch a lot of TV like that. You know what I mean?
This ain't TV. This is history.
You know.
See,
Okay. I'll get to it. Like I always do. Yeah, we'll get to it. But I know it's great. I know we want to talk about it too.
Great does not begin to describe it, and I'm not allowed to talk about it because you ain't seen it. Especially because I don't want to spoil the part. And now that you know it's coming, it's not going to ruin it, but you're going to see it coming. We all in the theater knew it had the possibility is what we knew.
Yeah.
But then it happened. And in the middle of it happened, this is how epic the scene was. In the middle of it happened, niggas was clapping. In the middle of it. Yeah. And that entire scene, if they want to, sets up Bad Boys Next Generation. That's how good it was.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You can't say I'm right. You ain't seen the scene yet.
I'm just saying, if we talking about the same scene, I know the scene you're talking about, and the person that's in the scene.
Somebody ruined it for you?
The what?
Somebody ruined
No,
I've seen
somebody.
it.
I only heard one name. I only heard one name. Everybody just keeps saying one name to me. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen no spoilers or nothing like that. Somebody just told me one name.
Tell me the name, because I've seen
Reggie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Somebody just said Reggie, and I said, all right, that's all.
They have set it up.
They said Reggie. And actually, P told me, he said Reggie grew up, and I was like, all right, that's all I need to know.
Reggie grew up as an understatement.
Yeah.
Understatement.
I heard he grew up all the way.
Understatement. You don't even understand how much of an understatement that is.
I heard he ain't no big, tall, ludicrous looking motherfucker no more. That's what I heard.
Understatement. Yeah. You ain't ready
I'm
for
excited.
Reginald. I won't even call him Reggie. You are not. You're not ready for Reginald.
Oh, you Reginald now. Oh,
Reginald.
Oh, we got to give him.
Full
He got to be
name.
a lot more regal now.
Yeah,
Yeah. There you
Reginald.
go. Okay, Reginald.
You don't understand when you say. I need you to text me as soon as you see it.
Okay, yeah.
Like as you walk, I don't care what time. As soon as you walk out the theater, I need
Okay.
to see.
Even as that late at night, because I'm a night.
I
shift.
don't care.
Okay,
Text
I will.
me.
I will.
I got to know your reaction to Reginald.
Yes, I will. I definitely
Right.
will.
Let's hit something kind of almost serious, I guess, so folks will be like, oh, they had something serious to talk about too.
Right.
Oh, they only talking about movies. Shut up, it's my podcast. I do what I want.
His podcast went in my house.
I'm not gonna play this whole video, but I'm gonna play the first part because I want to get your reaction to it.
Okay,
I think this is interesting to me. Hold up. Oh, no, how are you still in my headset? And I turned the doggone headset off. Let's try that again. Okay. Let me go back out. Go back in.
My wife wants our daughter to have her ex-husband's surname. She said that she went through the trouble of carrying her, so she should be able to decide this on her own. So, me and my wife have had trouble conceiving
I'ma let this go
due
with a
to
little
an
backstory.
accident I had when I was younger. However, after 3 years, we gave birth to our baby girl 3 weeks ago. The baby and the mom are home and healthy. But I've been sleeping on the couch due to an argument we've had over the surname. We just can't agree on it. My wife was in a previous relationship that lasted a long time. However, her ex-husband self-deleted due to mental health. See, he had mental health issues when he came back from service abroad. She has a child from that relationship. She has an 11-year-old son who's going to be 12 next month. And he has the ex-husband's surname. Now, she wants to give my daughter the ex-husband's surname. That way her son won't be left out by his siblings or future siblings with last names. Also, he has a better last name than I do. I tried to compromise. I said, well, since I practically raised your son, he can take my last name. That way, he won't feel left out by his siblings, and you can also take my last name. She said no to that. I then suggested that she use her maiden name and hyphen it with my last name given to our daughter, and she use her maiden name and hyphen it with her ex-husband's last name and give it to her son. That way, the kids can have both similar last names. It'll be close. I explained to her that the kids have different dads, so that's just natural that they would have different last names. She didn't like that idea either. She said since she carried the child, that she should have the right to give the child a name. Now, we got in an argument about this. So, we have to name the kid next Thursday. So, I said, hey, let's just give the kid my last name. Let's go to couples therapy and try to fix it after that. She then said no. I then went to talk to her son about it. I told him about, us having a different last names. He told me he know who his father is. He knows his father. He said, but I am his dad. He does not mind that they're going to have different last names. He doesn't care. So I went back and presented that information to her. She accused me of emotionally manipulating her son. We had an argument 5 days ago and haven't spoken much since. And I don't want to continue like this. This is supposed to be our happy moment. So 2 days ago, I let her know either the baby can have my surname or we can get a divorce. And perhaps you can get your dead husband to help raise our daughter since you don't want to acknowledge me as the father. She did.
There's so much more, but I had to get to that part right there and stop it right there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, wow, that's a
Thoughts?
Yeah. Man, surnames really is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's not really a serious thing to me. You know what I mean? Surnames. But one thing I will say, if we talking my son or my child, and you do want to give your ex-husband his surname, you are out of your mind.
But he dead. He a dead hero.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn he's dead. This is my child. Why would I care about him being dead? Come on now. Where's the logic in that?
She called him an emotional manipulator.
Right, emotionally manipulating his son because his son don't care. We don't care. Why would the son care? How old is the boy again?
Oh, hey, I didn't get that far to find out, but
Okay.
he's old enough to know that he don't care.
Yeah, he's all right. He's obviously old enough to know he don't really care. Why would I care about my name? You know what I mean? And he said because the name is better.
No, she said that to him.
She's saying because
His
the name sounds better.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. And then y'all not talking, and you on the couch for that.
They ain't talked for 5 days. He been sleeping on the couch.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, my thought process is, first of all, yeah, my kid, absolutely not. There ain't gonna be no compromise. No. He's not getting nobody else's surname other than mine or yours. That's it.
But her argument is, I carried her for 9 months. I should have the right to decide what the name is.
Ladies, let me make this very clear to you. Yes.
Don't get the Real Talk podcast canceled.
I'm not going to get you canceled, but I'm going to give you some facts that you might need to know, okay? You're carrying a baby for 9 months. It's your body. Totally get that. But we're carrying millions of babies forever, for a long time. So the baby, you carried it, but somebody had to put it in you.
They will say, but our bodies had to go through, our being the women, our bodies had to go through all the changes and bear the weight and be stretched and be disconfigured and go near death, because pregnancy is basically like death for this baby. So I should have the right to name it what I want.
Here's the issue with that. And it's just my opinion. I know people might not agree with it, all right? But I'm straight up. I am what I am. It is what it is. We can talk about it. We can discuss it. Unfortunately, you kind of gave a little bit of responsibility to the person you let inside you. Unfortunately, it is what it is. This is the reason why you have to be very careful with letting people have sex. Who you have sex with. This is basic stuff.
But this is her husband. This is not even like a boyfriend or a baby dad. This is her husband.
And that makes it even worse. That's even worse. That makes it even more the fact that he should have a say-so. Definitely. That is even worse. He should have a say-so. I'm a very big advocate for men's rights when it comes to kids, when it comes to children. Very big advocate. When I heard what happened to my boy, listen, I hear a lot of that happen to too many of my friends. You know, when it comes to, these men and these kids, you know what I mean? Men love their kids, especially us black men. We love our kids, and we'll do anything for our kids. So these little petty stuff, you know what I mean, with the kids, you know what I mean, about, whose responsibility it is. And I know there's a lot of dudes out there that don't think, but the thing is y'all married. Come on, man. I'm sorry. This ain't no argument. Especially if you respect you respect marriage, you know what I mean? What marriage is and what marriage is supposed to be. This shouldn't even be an argument. That's my thoughts on it. You know what I mean? If you had a baby with that man and you're marrying that man, yeah, it's your body. Totally get you guys' choices. You totally get, a lot of things should be your choice. But the man should have a say-so when it comes to the baby. Period. If it's in your body or not, because he helped put it there. That's just my personal opinion.
My thing is this. After listening to it, like I couldn't even get all the way through it because I got angry.
Right.
Because it's like an 8-minute video, and I think we got through 3 minutes of it, and to see the dude, the pain in his eyes.
You can hear
about
his
this.
voice. You can hear the man in some ridiculous shit in his voice.
Yeah, he absolutely wanted to say that.
Yeah.
My thing is, I gotta put some blame on him.
Okay.
How long after her husband died did you get with her? Because here's the actual underlying thing about this whole thing. She is still grieving and still hurt
True.
and wants a connection to him. So that says to me, you got with her either knowing that she still got this baggage, this grief, and this hurt, and saying, I'll deal with it, or you just didn't care.
Right.
And got with her and tried to fill the void and let her put you in the place of filling the void. If he had paid attention, he would have known and they wouldn't have got married. Because the most logical thing he said to me of the stuff that we heard in the clip was, I told her, well, we can get a divorce.
That's a strong step. Even when he said at the beginning, even I was like, whoa, okay.
No, because were you really married?
It's a good question.
Like,
Good
y'all
question.
are having
Yeah,
a threesome and you don't even know it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You with her, she with you, and the ghost. It's Patrick Swayze. Y'all up in there,
Totally, yep.
and they got
Yeah, you're right.
the little pottery scene going on right now. You don't even know it.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you as a man have to recognize, I'm not built to handle that. You need therapy. You don't need to be with nobody till you get some therapy, get to go to grief counseling, something,
Right.
because that's going to be an issue. Let's say he compromised. Let's say he gives in, as a lot of men tend to do. Let's say he gives in.
Yeah.
It's going to be an issue with the next child and another child. You think that the argument of I don't want my son left out with his siblings for the last name is going to be it? Because now two siblings have the X last name. Now you got another one coming. She going to be the one that's now we got to put her with the next name. Now you got two kids that got no name value connection to you. One of the things my father said, and this is why I'm big on names. I've always been big on names anyway, but my father said something to me. And then I reheard John Sally in an interview talk about it as well, something his father said to him. And they were talking about that last name. He said, my father used to say, when people see that last name, son, they're thinking about me. They ain't thinking about you.
Think about the family. Legacy
You carry my legacy.
Exactly.
They see me. And if anything you do, they don't say Jesse did it. They're going to say them Joneses did it. This is me as a kid. He taught me to respect that name. And John Sally's father would tell him while he was playing basketball, he said, they don't put your first name on the back of your jersey.
Yeah, but
They put the last name.
That's
It's
right.
a legacy.
That's correct.
So you think this is going to be an issue now? You got no connection, no legacy connection to your children. But it's your fault. You married this chick who's still grieving. I don't know how bad it was. And here's the thing. Based off of the way he told the story, the portions that we got to hear.
Yeah, see, I'm just going off the story because that's good context that you bringing up.
Right.
And anything that you're thinking about, that's good. That's a good catch.
I'm thinking that that she feels responsible for his death because he unalived it himself.
Oh yeah,
because
that's
she
right,
didn't
'cause then he
see.
unalive too. So
Yeah.
yeah, that made it even worse.
He was so mentally anguished, and
Yeah.
I, as a wife, couldn't catch it, didn't do nothing about it. Oh, it's my fault.
Yep, she has some.
Now I got to have something to hold on to make up for. And I know, because I deal with people with grief. I deal with people with mental issues. I deal with this on a more regular basis than I would like to admit, right?
Right.
They don't not tell people. They get close enough. They're going to let it be known, oh, this, and this happened. I'm hurt, this, and this, right? Yeah. So they're dating. It's getting serious. He had to ask, is the baby's father in her life? Because he said he basically raised the son.
Yeah, because as I say, you said that.
What happened to baby father? Oh, he was in service. He came back home. He was never the same. There's nothing I could do to help him, and he offed himself. That right there, the next thing out of your mouth should have been, so did you get some counseling for that? Are you currently in counseling?
Right. Have you got over it in some kind of way?
Because
tried to deal with it.
My reaction is, if you ain't, I'm backing off. I'm sorry. That's because you can't, as hard as it would be to have to deal with a dude who is alive, it's even harder to have to fight the ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Because eventually the live nigga, he gonna mess up. And now I get to look like the hero. The ghost is mythologized. He's now a perfect god.
Yep.
I can't deal with a perfect god. I can't compete with that.
Nope.
So, bro,
Yeah, that's a good catch. I mean, if that trauma is still there, before you get married, that's definitely something you might want to deal with, or something you might want to deal with, especially if you going in a relationship with another man, or with another person, either way, if it's male or female, yeah, that's a good catch, man. That context was left out of the story. You know what I mean? That's a good catch. How long was it? You know what I mean? That's a good question. How long was it? Like, how long before, she married you, that he died? You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't long enough.
whatever it wasn't long enough, right?
Obviously, it wasn't long enough if she's talking about keeping surnames. You know what I mean?
Because there's no way in the world. Greetings, Almita. How you doing, ma'am? There's no way in the world we have this argument about my child's last name. Like, it's your child. This child is your child too.
Yeah.
But nigga, it's my child too.
Yeah.
If we get divorced, I can fight for custody of this child, and I have a chance of winning.
Yes.
I'm not a baby daddy. I'm the husband. I promise you. This is gonna be this is not a battle you want. It's not a battle you want. I would rather we argue and discuss whether or not you want your daughter to have your maiden name to help preserve the legacy of your family.
Yeah.
Than you taking your ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. I was just gonna say, I was just gonna say some real stuff. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our family members got different names and stuff like that. I didn't want to put nobody's name out there if they didn't want to be so. But there's a lot of people in my family got different names. You know what I mean? Like siblings got different names. So people got different dads and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, it was never a problem with us. You know what I mean? Growing up, you know what I mean? Our name, you know what I mean?
Because who thinks about the last name?
No, yeah, right. Who thinking about our last name?
Especially not that young, not until
absolutely not.
something else.
No, it was a little odd when you heard different names than than people's siblings or cousins or than people's parents sometimes. But we never looked at it like, oh, yes.
If they grow up together and you treat them with love and respect, it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna matter
issue.
at all.
Only time you'll ever see is an issue is like when there's like ceremony times in school or something like that.
Yeah.
And if one kid's last name starts with an A and the other one starts with a W, now why they always got to go for some petty little stuff like that?
Yeah.
But
right.
other than that, this is I don't know. I've never called either one of my brothers by their last name.
Nope.
We both got the same last name. But I ain't never called them. But it's always Josh. It's always Mel. It's never been A. Jones.
Yeah.
Never in the history. Matter of fact, we have a church story about that.
My sister got a different last name than me and my brother.
And I promise you ain't never called about last name.
Nope, we never cared.
Only time last names come into play usually when a black parent is mad, they call you by your whole government name. Joshua Raymond Jones, come here. Oh, other than that. And here's my other question that I don't know if it was answered, because again, I cut the tape off because I was not going to have y'all have to listen to 8 minutes of this, and I guess the more I listen to it, the angrier I get. Yeah. What was her last name right now? Did she keep her maiden name? She taking ex-husband?
Right.
Or is she taking... Because she obviously didn't take his.
Right.
Because he's talking about, well, she need to take mine and you can take mine too. Mm-hmm. So we already know she didn't take the current husband's last name. Do you have your ex-husband's last name still?
Right. That's a good question, man.
'Cause
Even my mom honored that. My mom honored it. My mom honored it. When my mom got remarried, she honored it. And when she died, her last name was still the last man she married. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. She honored it. You know, so so as I said, I don't understand why she won't want to honor that. You know what I mean?
God, she's grieving
The memory is there. The memory is there.
Take a
memory is still
Polaroid.
there.
I promise you it lasts longer.
She still got that memory in her head. If she want that name so bad, that memory is still there.
What we not gonna do is fight about the.
Right.
It's not something I had half a hand in making.
Yeah.
And can I be honest? Halfway facetious, but halfway serious. Let me say something to you ladies. I know that y'all do in terms of the equality of the work in the process. You do more of the work. You carry it. You nurture it in the body. Your body has to contort and rip and all those things to get it out. Mm-hmm. I got that.
Totally.
But y'all stop downplaying the work we do to put it in there.
Yes.
I would love, and I know there was a challenge like this on Facebook or on, I think it was on Facebook. Well, I saw it on a reel on Facebook. I don't know if it's started on other social media applications because I only have Facebook and YouTube. Yeah. But I want you women to do me a favor. Just when you go to bed tonight, just lay down and put all your body weight on your wrist.
Public service now.
And just pump. And time yourself how long you can keep this beat. And I'm not even talking about you crazy who want to be like, faster, deep. First off, I can't go no deeper. Let me tell you this right now. I ain't never had this, thank God.
Boy.
I had this issue, thank you, Jesus. My wife, she my fit, she my glove. I appreciate that. But I have heard these things said before.
Yeah, I have too.
I can't go no deeper. I only got what I got. There is no such thing as deeper. You think I'm giving you a third of it and reserving the other 2/3 for later on? No, I'm giving it all I got, Scotty. That's all but I want you, and I want to see how long you last. Well, why can't the sex be longer? Nigga, because I'm heavy. I'm fat. I am a fat old man. My body was not meant to rest on my forearms. And you keep talking about, well, you can change positions. Okay, then I want you to stand up and see how long you could do this for. But what you need to do is you need to have somebody pushing you while you doing it. Because some of y'all be pushing back, and now my rhythm's all messed up. My knees and everything is jacked up and whatnot. I don't want, because the average woman typically, stereotypically, they don't ride y'all for long. Oh, my knees and my hips be hurting. And you sitting up.
Oh,
and
boy.
then you on top of us and expect us to do the work. Stop downplaying the work. I get it.
I never expected us to have that conversation, but
It-
here we are.
But it just hit me because I was getting ready to be talking about. I get the fact that y'all women have all of the weight of the childbearing on you. I get that.
Why you think a lot of
Janelle,
us sweat so
good and well,
much?
your ears are anything but virgin. Janelle, I need you to stop that lie right now. Your ears are not virgin at all. I have seen your post. Not only are you a member of my church, but I have seen your
People
post.
trying to act innocent.
Don't make me jump on Facebook right now in the middle of this podcast and just pull up some random post and screen share them. Come on, Janelle. I love you, but come on now. Come on. You ain't that innocent, boo-boo. You ain't that innocent. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. But like,
It was like, hey, we just come on and listen to our pastor, and we came on. We was like, well, I thought,
I can't believe
oh,
you
I
would say
can't
such a
right. Wait, you're supposed to be my pastor.
and I'm preaching the word right now. Do this. Let's see if you can get 5 minutes of just good. Because faster. No, I'm tired. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. My arms hurt. I got a cramp in my thigh, and you won't leave me alone. Anyway. So I recognize y'all have to do a whole lot of the work, but y'all got to stop downplaying the work we do to get it in there. It takes some work. And so because this is a joint effort, you can't get to your end until I do my end.
That's correct.
See, we can have artificial insemination. One of us still had to do this. It still takes some time. You still need this. So there still had to be some work on our end. Children are the only entity that I'm aware of right now that I can think of that both halves don't get equal credit. If you were in a business, 50-50 partnership, right? And the business makes a ton of money, you both get credit.
Right.
You both get say. You got a sports team. Offense and defense get equal credit.
Correct. Can't have one without the other.
You get in the music industry. When awards are given, the first thing the artist does is rattle off everybody involved with the project.
Everybody involved with the process.
Equal credit.
Yep.
I don't understand why that concept is not moved over to children. I get it. I get the sacrifice you all have to make as women. I honor it. I respect it. I know most men could not do it. I get that. However, don't negate my part, because you can't get your part without my part, pimpin'.
Can't get your part. Yep, that's right.
And since I'm here in the mix and we have agreed to have this child, doggone Skippy, I'm about to have some say. And it's not a ridiculous request. My wife has said this publicly, so I can say it. She talks about our daughter's biological father.
Yeah.
He wanted to name our daughter Gimme.
Gimme?
Gimme.
Or G-I-M-M, like gimme,
the
word gimme?
Yeah, like the word gimme. I don't know how you spelling it, but gimme.
Gimme.
No. Here's the thing.
Or G-I-M-M-I-E, like Kimmy.
His last name is Moorhead.
Moorhead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dead serious?
Dead serious.
Oh man, that's insane.
Because I know you don't believe
Word.
it. I know you don't believe it. I know.
Yeah,
you
come
don't
on, man.
believe it.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. You dudes out there really trying to name your daughters this type of stuff, man. What's happening, bro?
I know you don't believe me.
You had to get her on the phone. No way.
Yup.
Really? Who would name their daughter that?
Come on, baby. Don't not answer, because I know you're talking to mom, but come on, answer.
Is she watching?
She was for a second, but they talk. I know she's talking to her mom too.
Yeah.
Oh, don't play with me. The one time I actually called you, need you to answer, you ain't gonna answer. Oh, that's messed up, baby. Oh, when you watch this back, you gonna be so mad.
maybe she had to. Oh, that's crazy.
Sharice, call my wife real quick, see if she'll answer you, and then Janelle, she don't call, she'll answer her. Then Sharice, then Janelle, you call her and see if she'll answer, and get her to call me. Really? But dead serious, in a case like that, I get
totally
that we ain't named my kid that.
Yeah, right.
But last name, it's my last name. What you trying to say about my last name?
Yeah, right. What you trying to say about my name? You saying about my name? You talking about my people? You talking about my brothers, my dads, my grandfathers, my uncles, aunts, everything. Like that's a family name.
How dare you?
When you get married, the default is you are supposed to take the male's name. Am I wrong? That's the default?
That's the default tradition. I'm not even worried about that. My ex-wife didn't take my last name.
Yeah. But most men,
and so I'm okay with that. But if I had a child, it's either gonna be Wright Jones or it's gonna be Jones. I promise you.
Yeah, it's gonna be some Jones in there.
Yeah,
exactly.
My granddaughter has my last name.
Okay.
Ashley's daughter, Layla's name is Layla Wright Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know good and well my granddaughter ain't gonna have my last name, and my kid not have my last. Have you lost your mind?
Yeah. You out your way out your. Oh, there she go.
Hey, baby.
Sorry, I was talking to Ashley.
No, you good. I just wanted to prove a point, and I'm doing it on the podcast too. So we played a clip. I give the Reader's Digest version. We played a clip where this dude, he was upset because his current wife wanted to name their newborn daughter have the last name be the wife's dead ex-husband's last name. Yeah, there's a whole thing with that, and later on I played the clip. I think I might even send it to you, but it's 8 minutes long. I didn't play the whole thing. So we were just discussing some things, and I was talking about how men put in half of the work, and I did a whole little rant on that. Anyway, I was saying now it's not even like, and the reason I was saying this is I was like, men, we deserve to have some type of say in it, even though the balance of the work is on you all. You still have to have our part to get your part, right? And so I was like, it's not even like he was asking for something crazy. He was asking for his last name to be on his daughter. I said, it's not like my wife, and I said she's told this story publicly so I can tell it. It's not like my wife who our daughter, her biological father wanted to name her Gimme.
Yeah.
And what is his last name?
Moorhead.
Oh my
I told
God,
you.
man.
Mike didn't believe me. Mike said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. That's why I called him. Like,
Yeah.
ain't.
Yeah, this is why I immediately ignored everything he said, and her name is Ashley. I did not give her his last name.
He really hold on. So he really wanted to name her Gimme More Head.
Yep.
And was dead serious about it.
Unreal. Wow, that's wow.
This is why I no longer talk to him.
I understand.
That's a request.
You're making decisions like
You
that.
that's a request. You get to you everything you say gets to be ignored.
Right, yeah.
But this ain't my last name. Now, if he had just said, "Hey, can I have my daughter have my last name?" and there was a sensible discussion about the first name,
Right.
now we have an actual conversation.
They married. Why wouldn't the child have his last name?
See, that's exactly what we were discussing.
There's a whole thing with that. You got to hear the video. There's a whole thing with that. So
Right.
the child. So her part of her logic is she already has a son, and she has a son with her ex-husband who's dead. I shouldn't even call him ex-husband, just dead husband.
Yeah.
She's
That-
trying to make sure that her kids have the same last name.
Right, because she didn't want him to feel left out in the family.
She couldn't have had no more kids.
I'm not gonna touch that part.
Yeah, that's
but
insane, Sharice.
so she said, or so he said, I gave you. Here's the compromise. The compromise is this: why don't you, since I have basically I've raised your son anyway, give him my last name, and then he won't feel left out. She denied that. He said, okay, cool. Well, let's try this way then. How about you hyphenate with your maiden name and my last name for our daughter, and then you hyphenate with your maiden name and your ex-husband's last name for the son, and that way they still have something in common. She denied that too.
Boy.
Yeah. The underhanded thing he could do, which has been done before, is that you go down and legally change the kid's name while they're newborn.
Oh, well, they talked about it because they have 10 days before the child that had the last name. They got 10 days before they're supposed to solidify the last name. At that point in time, at the time he was making the video, it was supposed to happen that following Thursday. He had been sleeping on the couch for the past 5 days, and they haven't talked because she kicked him out of the bedroom because he wants his child to have his last name, and they're married.
It's a terrible thing to kick your man out of the bedroom for, ladies.
Divorce, and then
He put
I get full custody of my kid, and then you keep your kid, and then my kid has my last name.
He put that up as an option, but in a different way, and that's where I thought the video was wonderful. He was like, "How about you just go ahead? How about we just go ahead and get divorced, and you have your dead ex-husband raise our daughter?"
Right.
So yeah, so I just wanted to get confirmation on the story. Go ahead, talk to
fair.
him. I said, "Hey," but yeah, I want to make sure that it was known that I wasn't lying about what I said.
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, Philanda. That's insane.
No, they discussed that. My mom said that, like, my little brother has two last names. Layla does too. And she won't even do that option.
For y'all who can't hear, just in case y'all can't hear, my mother-in-law is in the background, and she's like, "That's crazy. That's crazy."
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's just crazy work right there. Ain't nobody helping with that one.
When you see the video, you'll see the pain in his brother's eyes. He is all pain. And then go back and listen to some of my rant on here because you'll hear some of the wonderful, smart, insightful things I said.
After some dead dude. Crazy word. I mean, if you still wanted to be with him, then why are you with me? Because that's what that sounds like.
Hey.
She can't be with him. He's dead.
The dead dude category, there's a lot of people naming their kids Tupac.
I'm not him. What? That's crazy word.
Y'all, this is my wife. This is my wife, y'all. This is my wife. I married this one. All right, baby.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right,
Love you.
Yeah, as far as dead names, there's a lot of people naming a lot of their kids Pac. I seen somebody the other day kid named Tupac.
but that's the first name. Ain't nobody naming their kid's last name Tupac.
That's not happening. You're right. No way.
Like, so I just figured I just want to get your insight on that. What you thought about it? Because I just saw that today. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I got to save this.
Yeah. That's a good topic. Yeah, man. No, man. That's not happening. That's not happening. That's not even. I mean, I'm sure most men would be like, or the mass majority of men would be like, no, that's not a conversation we're having. I don't know about that. We're gonna have to compromise. No, it's just not happening. Period. Not with my kids.
But here's the thing. So like, it's become a place and whatnot where. And I hate saying this way because I know that women get sick of these men podcasts saying this stuff about women and whatnot. Yeah. But it's getting to a place where men don't have a say in anything.
Yeah.
And that should not be the case. I'm not saying that the things and the rights and the voice of women have not been stamped out historically over the years. I get that. I'm just addressing the overcorrection. There had to be and needs to be correction, but there's an overcorrection.
Yes.
It is not supposed to be a case where we have no say. And because I'm spiritual, let me take it to you this way, and I know women hate to hear it, but because I'm spiritual, here's the reality of it. We're supposed to be the leader. And if we're supposed to be the head and supposed to be the leader, we should have more of a voice. I ain't never heard a non-vocal leader. We lead by action, but at some point you got to lead by words. But Kevin Durant's a horrible leader. He don't speak well. He's just quiet and goes about doing his business. Well, okay, cool. You a great workhorse, but sometimes I need somebody to give me direction. You as a leader.
Yeah. That's what I said. I was like, well, yeah, I know I'm sitting to a pastor here. If you know Jesse, this is biblical. I could have swore there's scripture for this. Ain't there scripture for this? I mean,
it's the scripture.
I'm not, for everybody's information, I'm not as spiritual as Jesse. I'm not as spiritual as everybody, but I do know the word a little bit. You know what I mean? I grew up in church. You know what I'm saying?
It's there.
It's there. So.
As one of my mentors, Apostle Chris Chamberlain, likes to say, it's there unless you tore it out. The Bible says that the head of every man is a woman. And the head of every man, excuse me, let me say it the right way. The head of every man is God, and the head of every woman is a man. And I heard a wonderful a wonderful elaboration on this. This guy was talking to a woman to help her really grasp the concept of it. Yeah. And the thing said was, so do you think that, and I'm paraphrasing, the thing, it was basically like, do you as a woman feel like you can make better decisions than your children? She was like, yes. Okay, cool. Keep that. Do you feel like as a man, your husband should be able to make better decisions than you? She was like, he's supposed to be. He said, okay, cool. Keep that thought. Do you feel like God can make better decisions than any man? Yes. He said, you just quoted the scripture. You don't even realize it. The reason that the head of every man is God is because he makes better decisions than man. That's right. The reason that the head of every man is head of every woman is a man is because a man is supposed to be able to make the better decisions. The reason that the children fall under the woman is because they're supposed to make better decisions. And when you do it in the right order and in the right way, it works. And for those who are like, oh, that's chauvinist, that's all, bump y'all, that's because you've had some people do it the wrong way. Yeah. Because a wise leader, a good leader, knows how to listen to the things that the people under them say. What you have experienced has been a dictator, not a leader. And there is a difference between a dictator and a leader. A leader looks out for the well-being of the people who are following them. A leader looks out for their care. A leader will give their life for them. A leader will push and will move and will stretch and will try to make them better. That's the role of a leader. A dictator, however, a dictator is a whole other thing. A dictator is you do what I say when I say it, or there are consequences for not doing what I say. You have experienced a dictator and are upset at leaders. There are countries who have had dictators over their rule. Have massacred them and have eradicated them and have beat them and oppressed them. And once the dictator was removed, you know what that country said? We need a leader.
A dictator uses the people for their own glory, for their own things and for their own success and stuff like that. That's the difference between a dictator and a leader.
And so a lot of y'all women have experienced dictators, and it has soured you on good leadership. So much to the fact that you don't even know a good leader when you see one.
You don't even know wisdom when you hear it.
Absolutely. And yeah, I get it. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of good men with good wisdom and good leadership skills, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
But don't disqualify the ones that are, because there's a bunch of trash out there too. Just like you don't want a lot of these good men disregarding y'all because there's a bunch of trash out there.
Because we have wisdom. There's a difference between intelligence and wisdom. You may not think we're smart, but we have wisdom. That is a difference. Big difference.
And it's
smart intelligence is you being able to interpret the information. Wisdom is what you're doing with that information.
Absolutely. And if you had just been able to separate the experience of your past from the experience of your present, maybe, just maybe, you would see there's a difference. I heard Medea say this. I know we ain't supposed to quote Tyler Perry Medea, but I heard Medea say this, and it made so much sense to me. I can't remember the play that he said it in. He said, you should never make a man pay for the sins of another man. And a whole lot of y'all out there making men pay for the sins of another man.
Another man.
And it should not be. And you wind up ruining what could potentially be good relationships because you're making some man pay for the sins of something somebody else did. And men the same way, you should not make a woman pay for the sins of some other female. They ain't them. And if you took the time to heal and took the time to evaluate, and here's the thing that nobody want to ever talk about, if you took the time to recognize what in you attracted that, then you would be a little better. But we don't take the time to figure out what is in us that attracts these flies. Yeah. You say all men ain't well, okay, well, hey, stop being a butt. The only thing that attracts poop is butt. It comes out your butthole. If you stop being a butthole, you won't attract the poop.
Well, there you go. He said it. I'll say it better so that people understand.
Thank you very much.
I'll say it better if you understand. Don't be an asshole.
It's the only thing that attracts poop.
Because listen. I know, because we're going on this show and we're talking about women. I'm sorry. I was gonna go. A lot of y'all women are assholes. Y'all don't realize it. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys, women, are being assholes, but you don't realize it. And that's partly kind of our fault, because a lot of us ain't leaders enough to check you on it. You know what I mean? A lot of us ain't leaders enough to say it to you. A lot of people aren't there to say it to you. You know what I mean?
Now you know a whole bunch of women have just shut you up because you said check them.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to say check them.
No, it's the right phrasing. Yeah. They just shut it off because they don't want to hear the word.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it. Yeah, I know. They'll say they just shut out. But I meant to just say, just educate you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? About,
so you trying to say we dumb now? That's what you trying to say?
I know that's coming. You know what I mean? But, you don't need to be a jerk. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessary at all. You know, I'll go into a whole nother conversation. So,
but it's factual, and as you said, a lot of it is our fault. You say a lot of it's our fault because we don't check them, which is true. But also a lot of it is our fault because we're not man enough to be able to assert ourselves in a way that makes it easier for them to follow.
You said it a lot better.
Because the checking has to happen, because checking is correction, right? And I know y'all hate this, but it's true. You have to train someone how to be with you, whether you are a man or a woman.
Yeah,
and so if I'm training you how to be with me because you've never been with me before, that means I also have to correct you when you are not dealing with me according to me.
Boundaries.
So there's that aspect of it. But at the same time, it's our fault because we have not risen enough to be assertive enough to cause them to follow us. No. A woman in her very nature will follow a man if he's the right kind of man for her. So the problem that gets lost in that discussion and that statement is that you have these super strong, super independent women who would be like, can't no man make me follow him. First off, the problem is you're looking at a man trying to make you follow. That's not what I'm saying. The right man in the right place who's right for you will cause you to follow him. It'll happen inherently. It's in your nature. You will push the leader out of him, and he will bring the softness within you. All of these women who are talking about they're tired of being the man in the relationship and whatnot, I would say stop. Oh, I'm going to say it the way I feel like it. I really am. And if Facebook get mad at me, Facebook get mad at me. All of y'all women who say I'm tired of being the man in the relationship, let me tell you something. What you need to do is stop being molesters.
Ooh.
And I say that because you are a grown woman dealing with a boy. A 40-year-old boy.
Oh, boy.
And if you remove the age and just stick with woman versus boy, you'll see you have been inadvertently molesting these men. You are trying to deal with somebody who is not mature enough to handle what you bring to the table. Stop trying to do that. Walk away. Walk away from the immature and you'll allow yourself to be in position enough to deal with the mature. But they ain't coming, and I'm sick of this. Well, sometimes you got to be patient. When you want something of quality, it takes time for it to be made. And what happens in life, and I'm saying this from experience, I know I'm a man, I'm not supposed to have these conversations about women and whatnot, I get it. But what happens in life is this. You want quality. It takes time for it to be made. You're just too impatient and too upset and listening to this ratchet, infernal, biological clock that's just ticking away or whatever it is. And you're seeing your friends or people on Facebook or whatever or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, and they're in these so-called loving and happy relationships or whatever, and you want that and you want that, so you're willing to take just anything instead of being patient. Sometimes, if you are just patient enough, it comes. Here's the other thing. I'll say this and let you talk. I think it was Eddie Griffin, the comedian Eddie Griffin, who said it might not have been him, but I'm going to attribute to him because he's the one that comes to mind. He said, here's the problem. No, it was Chris Rock. I apologize. It was Chris Rock who said this. He said, a lot of y'all women are lonely in your 40s and your 50s, and you're talking about it's a shortage of good men. No, the problem is when you were super fine in your 20s, you pushed away a lot of the good men because you thought you could do better, and now you're lonely because you were not patient enough for the dude that was a good dude to develop into something better. And so you settle for the dude who looked good to you now, not the dude who would grow for you. And the same with you men. A lot of you men are just running through women and you're having a good old time running through women. But your problem is that you'll never reach your fullest potential until you find the person that is supposed to help push you to your purpose.
That's right.
Look at every great person that's ever walked the face of the earth unbiasedly. I promise you, they had someone in their corner pushing them to greatness.
Right.
Dr. King had Coretta. Malcolm X had his wife. Muhammad Ali had his.
Betty Shabazz, baby.
Like, you just name them. Like, they have some great person. It's not always a spouse. I get that, but they still had somebody great in their lives pushing them to greatness. Pac had his mama. Like, it doesn't matter where you go, there's somebody that's great. And what happens is that if you are not willing to be the person who will push somebody else to greatness, you'll never find the person who will push you to your greatness. Because you're impatient. This dude who started this whole conversation, he was impatient. I don't blame her. She's grieving. She was hurt. Her husband, who she loved, I don't know how long they were married, but he died, and he died in a horrific manner that made her feel helpless because this was a mental health issue that never got solved. I don't know if it got addressed or not. I just know it didn't get solved.
Yeah.
And so she's hurting, and so here comes Captain Save-A-Ho, comes on in, and rather than trying to help her, encourage her to deal with the hurt, says, I want you to be my wife. If you really loved her, Doc, you wouldn't have pushed her to be your wife. You wouldn't even ask her to marry you because two half of people can't make a whole.
Oof.
And so now you got this half a woman married to you, and you mad because she's doing half a woman things. Y'all heard my wife. My wife is a grown woman for real. Ultra independent. She that chick for real. She don't play this thing. She is this thing. And you heard me give her the overview of the conversation, and the first thing she said is, that's crazy. Because she's not a half a woman. Mm-hmm. And I ain't a half a man. Mm-hmm. And so you when you get these half a people, you get half a people problems instead of being patient. Maybe that woman ain't for you. Maybe that man ain't for you. But they fine, though. I don't care if they fine. Maybe they ain't for you.
Yep. You may be attracted, but it doesn't mean it. You know.
I'm about to say something that's really going to piss some folk off, and I promise I'm going to shut up because you done got me on a rant.
No, go ahead, bro. Keep
open
going,
me up
bro.
now.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. This is more your warehouse, definitely than mine.
This is why I get mad at Christians.
Ooh.
I'm about to say something really.
Here it comes.
Oh, the church folk gonna be up and up. If this clip ever gets played, if somebody cuts this out and ever replays this, I'm gonna catch so much hell for this statement. But it's true. Yeah. This is why you Christians tick me off, because y'all make people feel mad for masturbating.
Ooh,
wee. Because now watch this. This man wanted to have legal sex because he wanted to bust. And now he got headaches and problems. Yep. And the Bible says it is better to live in the forest or on the roof of your house, in the corner of the roof of your house, to live in the house with a contentious woman.
Why? Hey, I'm sorry, did I kill your rant? I was just going to say, I was like, why you think that, you know, if you look at kind of the stats, they've been calculating the stats. Men aren't messing with women. The younger generation of men aren't really courting women like that. You know what I mean? They're not really messing with women. What you think they doing? They doing something, dog. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, we men, we know. You know what I'm saying? What you think they doing? If they rather do that than even court you.
But see, for me, it's not even a rather. It's a clarity thing. See, because now once I get that out,
the communication. Yeah.
I now have to. I forget who it was who said this. Who said before he got married, he had a ritual he would do. Before he would go out on any date, he'd masturbate and come twice before the date.
I heard that.
So now now not only does he have the first one out the way, there's not even a chance he gets the second one. So now, sex is not something I'm thinking about.
It's called post-nut clarity. There you go. Yep.
And so now I have to have a conversation with you, and I have to listen to you, and I have to be like, and I have to find out if this woman is really for me, as opposed to what men will normally think. I don't care what man they are. What men will normally think is, okay, this is great. I wonder how she is in bed. I wonder if we're gonna be good. I wonder the things I could do. But when you remove that out the equation, now I'm clear. And women the same way, because some of y'all are hornier than us.
I was literally just about to tell you a story of the two chicks I've been talking to this year. They only want to talk to me because they want me to do that. You know what I mean? And I don't work like that. I don't even have sex like that at first. I gotta get to know you first now. Like at my age now, I need to get to know you first. So I'm coming in with post-nut clarity. I ain't telling you that I'm doing that, but I'm coming in
whatever it takes.
Clarity. Yeah, whatever it takes. I'm coming in post-nut. I'm not thinking about sex like that. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about how you are gonna be as a companion. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure most men are. I ain't gonna say most men are thinking like that, but all the men I know are probably thinking. Like
here's the thing: it's not even for me. It's not even an argument as to whether or not most men think that way or not. Yeah. When it gets hard, And men who are real honest with you will tell you the random hardness doesn't stop when you stop being a teenager.
No, I don't. No.
So when it gets hard, the body is telling you, I need a release.
Yeah.
And because women, you ain't never had a hard dick, you don't understand. When it's hard like that, it makes it difficult to concentrate on anything else because this keeps knocking at you.
So there's an instinct. There has to be a release.
Got to be.
It got to be a release, or we got to do something to get it down. Go get some ice, various amounts of etc.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. You know
and
what
women,
I mean?
for y'all, the same thing.
Hey.
Just go ahead and flick the bean a little bit. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Because if you remove that base instinct from the equation, now I have to go to my next level of thought, which is, are you good for me?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not are you
standards.
good to me. Not are you Holly Berry in Monsters Ball. Make me feel good. I want to feel good. Make me feel good. I want to feel good. No longer is that the equation. Ain't that what she did? That's what she did before she jumped on Billy Bob. Had she flicked the bean before he came over, there wouldn't have been that scene.
Oh, Billy Bob.
Billy Bob. She dealt with a dude named Billy Bob. Billy Bob. Like, if once you remove, now I have to now think, are you good for me? What are the things that you contribute to my life?
Yeah. Yep.
How can this work past the bedroom?
We're thinking. Yep.
And because we in the Christian community, we frown upon that because, you have to be thinking things inappropriate for it to happen. These are people who lie to you. I am telling you, as a 43-year-old man, I do not have to have inappropriate thoughts to pitch a tent.
It just happens.
It just happens.
A lot of times it just happens.
I have woken up from not having. I ain't ever in my life had a wet dream.
Yeah.
I can wake up from not having any kind of dream at all and be tent up. I could be driving on my way to work having a near panic attack because of work, tent up. I'm telling you, it doesn't take the mind to be concentrated on that. Yeah. And I know my wife, for it to thaw a little, get a little juicy, she ain't got to be in that mood. She ain't got to be thinking about that. It's not how that works. It's not how the body's designed.
I'm telling you, man, you just have some basic empathy for a little bit for the stuff that just a little bit of basic empathy for the stuff that men go through. Your lives will be a lot easier. You know what I mean? A lot of these things would be a lot easier. But we all have to have empathy for what each other go through. You know what I'm saying? Because when he earlier when he talked about the story, you know what I mean, and he brought up the fact that, old girl's ex-husband that killed herself. I didn't bring that up. And I should have. You know what I'm saying? That's a very important distinction. You know what I mean? You got to have empathy for a lot of stuff that people go through. And one thing I noticed with women, it's like women understand what we're attracted to, but a lot of women these days, the empathy for it's like you don't understand what a lot of basic stuff that men go through that we think you should know, but you don't really know. And now it feels like women just don't care.
But they don't have to. We are in a society and generation and culture in America. Yeah. I ain't speaking about all these other countries, but in America, we're in a country right now, in society right now, where they don't have to. And it's an overcorrection of what has been done historically to women in this country, along with all of the atrocities that go on globe-wide that women have to endure. We have overcorrected. Yeah. And because we have overcorrected, where we once didn't have to think about their issues and their concerns, they no longer have to think about ours, and we now feel like they felt when what should have happened should have been a let's come to the meeting of the middle.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Let's understand each other. Like one of here's where it really crystallized for me to see how bad it was for women. In terms of how much men don't have to care about what they think.
Yeah.
Go back to high school in your mind, and go back to forget the name of the class now, where you study the body in your classes, right?
Biography.
Did you say biography?
Biology. I'm sorry, biography.
I'm like, we write books now?
Biology.
So you study biology in school. how much do you learn about women and their biology? How much you learn about the period and what they do in their menstrual cycle and how much you learn about how their body changes and what it goes through in school. But you learn everything about being a dude. Mm-hmm. Women have to learn everything about a dude in school where we don't really learn anything about them.
Right. Yeah.
There are grown men right now who don't understand menstrual cycles.
I don't. Yeah, I'm one of them. yeah, I'm one of them.
And you never had to.
Yeah.
You will never be in a situation as a man where you have to know about it.
Right, right.
They are in situations every day of their lives where they have to know about us, what makes us tick, what makes it, where we're our mood swings, and how to attract us, and all the stuff. Every day in their lives.
Yeah.
And so the overcorrection now has become, now they're grown, fuck you, man. I don't need to know about you. Punk with your punk feelings. They can say whatever they want and it be acceptable because growing up, they never had to. If we just bring that to the center and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. You men need to learn everything about women that you can. Our studies need to now be geared toward understanding the female body. Our studies need to be geared toward understanding the mind and the effects of different medications and different life circumstances on the mind and on the woman and on their body and their biology and the whole nine. Right. This is what needs to happen, right? And so now I can have empathy because I have understanding. Empathy never comes without understanding.
Yeah, correct.
We don't have empathy because we don't understand and we're not forced to. And I get that. And it's hard for y'all on that. I get it. I promise you, I empathize with that. However, it still does not mean that at the end of the day, there still needs to be some for us. And some allotment for us to have feeling and us to have emotion. People talk about how important men's health is while still yet disregarding men's health.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Men's health and mental awareness has become a big thing in this country, a big talking point.
It's a big talking point.
Not a big caring point.
No.
Don't nobody care.
Yeah. People love to talk about it, but
all day long.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes time to do something,
ain't nobody ready to do the maintenance though.
Because you're a man, you're supposed to do it yourself.
Yep, that's right.
See, I know as a man you've heard this as a kid, and it's I used to use this in statements when I was trying to help people understand how hard it can be to grow up as a boy to become a man.
Yeah, because
we get a bad rap for that, right? Because we don't have to go through the weight and gravity of what women have to go through, and what they have to go through is hell. Don't get me wrong, but if you see a little girl crying, everybody in the room will stop and run. What's wrong, sweetie? Is everything okay? You okay? You see a young boy crying. Get up, shake it off. Big boys don't cry. Walk it off. Oh, you hurt your knee? Walk it off. Stop crying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And immediately, what you have then taught this young boy is his feelings don't matter. So now I have to bottle them in. In order to be a man, I have to bottle them in. Right. And here's the thing.
I got to be a man to be a man.
And so what happens is you hear that for 20 or 30 years of your life, right? And now you get with a woman who says, you're unemotionally available. Excuse me, you're emotionally unavailable. You don't know how to talk to me. You don't know how to communicate with me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me how you feel. I can't. I never learned. And I get thrown away as a bad dude for something no one ever taught me.
Disclosure. I was going to say a personal issue because usually I can only go from personal experience. Mm-hmm. A chick stopped talking to me because I wanted to communicate. I had a woman stop talking to me, ghost me, and I ended the relationship after that because I was like, let's communicate, let's talk, let's talk these out. I want to tell you how I feel about this situation where we're going through right now. You know what I mean? What's happening? You know what I mean? In the middle of after we had dated for a couple of months, and I was like, let's talk. You know what I mean? Let's talk it out. She didn't want to talk. Now, situations is what it is. You know what I mean? But when the men come ready to talk, I don't want to tell y'all what y'all should be hearing, but I honestly, if you guys want men to be more emotionally available, when they come ready to talk, y'all should be ready.
Oh no, because and that becomes the quandary.
Well, no, but I know. It's more of a question thing than what I'm saying.
No, but what I'm saying is it so they want us to be emotionally available, but talking and communicating is feminine. That's what they'll say. Because I'm a talker. My wife will tell you I'm a talker.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how I feel. You're going to hear this. You want to hear it or not, you're going to hear this.
Yeah.
And for most women, oh, she talks too much. It's so family. No, I got emotions. Right. And and if you're supposed to be my partner, you're supposed to be able to bear the emotion with me like I'm supposed to be with you.
You're the only person I'm really supposed to be geared to telling these emotions towards, right? It's being my partner, right? You know
Absolutely.
I mean?
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, right? You know what I mean?
And it absolutely is a whole headache. But here's the thing. You say you're gonna pray for the type of women that we're talking about, but the reality is in this country, I would say it's about 85 to 90% of the women. Western
society in general.
Mostly. Yeah.
Western society in general. Yeah, it's a lot of women like this. They're out there.
Check your timelines. We are only as good as what we provide. There was a few months ago. There was a big thing on social medias where this dude, the biggest of them, was this dude who was trying to take his girl to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it went
live
viral
about it.
Yeah, it went viral. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And nobody was on her side.
Whether it was a skit or not. Yeah, no, I mean nobody was on her side. I don't know if it was a skit or not, or if it was real or not.
Oh no, it was real. Because here's the part that nobody got to hear about. Even while and she did all this to make herself look good, right?
Handled it pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. But like, here's the thing that nobody dealt with that I heard about. Like, he wound up posting a video of rebuttal. Talking about the situation.
They got together again, I think, with Ayan Van Zandt or somebody, I think.
Oh, I didn't hear. That is crazy.
No, they got together again with somebody. I don't know who, but somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
Here was his rebuttal. So she's upset that he took her to the Cheesecake Factory, and she feel like she's not a Cheesecake Factory chick. And I got whole issues with that, but I'll leave that part alone.
Everybody got issues with that. That's why nobody was on her side.
What? Well, people had issues with her having an issue with the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. They didn't have an issue with her being upset that he was taking her to any particular place. It was because that's what there wound up being these lists created about the places you shouldn't take a first date on.
Yeah. There ended up being that list of places, and that the Cheesecake Factory was not extravagant enough. You know?
And so I'm not dealing with the place like everybody was. I'm dealing with the behavior.
Right. Of course.
So the part that nobody dealt with was the fact that he had a reservation to an upscale restaurant. The reservation was for like 6 o'clock.
That's correct.
He arrived at 4 o'clock.
And she was late.
And didn't even let him come up to wait on her, get ready.
Right.
He had to sit in the car for 2 hours with no communication from her at all. And then has the nerve to be upset that this is where we have to go now because you were late.
Hey, Janelle, this is evidence of one of those women we're talking about. You look it up. They're there.
And so she upset. But I'm like, you were 2 hours late.
Yeah.
How he felt in the moment didn't matter. It was about how she felt. Mm-hmm. And she was presenting it in a way, this is the arrogance of Western society. Did a whole while she's in the car with him. As if he's the bad guy. Yeah. But it's the arrogance of this Western society of how we have dealt with and overcorrected. There's one more. There's the oyster chick. And I applauded this dude when I heard about it. Takes her to this place. Yeah, she had 48 oysters, a plate of something else, and like 3 or 4 margaritas.
That's expensive as heck.
Yeah, so you know what he did?
What do you do?
He got up and walked out.
And with the bill? I left her with the bill?
Left her with the bill.
With the check, yeah.
Then text her a little later and said, how much was what I ate? I'll cash app you that so you don't have to pay for mine.
That's reasonable.
She blasted him. Meanwhile, I'm like, heifer, you ate 48 freaking oysters.
It's expensive as hell.
On a first date.
Right.
I don't care if you didn't want to go out with him, because that's what she said. As she's walking up to the restaurant, she's doing a live talking about, I'm about to go into the restaurant. He been hounding me for weeks trying to get me out on a date. Well, I decided I'm hungry today. I ain't had no oysters, so I'm gonna go here. So I made him take me here. And when he sat down, he was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And left over the bill.
See, these are the things that's gonna be happening here. See, that's been happening a lot. I've been hearing that's been happening a lot. I've been hearing a lot of women getting left out on dates. You doing a lot of bull crap, and these men ain't taking it no more.
But it's because how we feel no longer matters. It is it is how the fight is
right.
How women feel versus what men can provide. Women don't care what men feel. They only care about
what we can provide. Yeah.
Men don't care about how women feel. They only care about what they provide for us.
Yeah.
It becomes a bash and a fight about it.
Right.
But if you remove all of that and just realize, nigga, we got feelings too. A lot of this stuff would be circumvented because we got feelings too, and letting us express our feelings like you want to be able to express your feelings.
Exactly.
Again, I go back to the chick with the name that we started this whole thing. Like she didn't take the time, even in her grief, to consider how this must make my husband feel.
Right.
That I am honoring a ghost more than the man I say I do to.
Yeah. And
him not caring, this chick is grieving. Maybe I shouldn't have married her. And the flip is now you got this chick who you have not allowed the time to heal and grieve. You've not allowed that time, but if you leave her, she's going to be worse now. Worse hurt, worse in grief, worse messed up. So you have compounded her trauma because you decided to be with her.
That's right.
When you could have just, hey, listen, I like you.
Yeah.
I'm attracted to you. But you need some counseling. I will wait until you have gone through the process to not get over him, but at least come to terms with the fact that he's no longer here and you are.
Tough when you got to be straight up with somebody like that when you like them. You know what I mean?
But
it's necessary though. Stuff like that is very necessary.
You can't say you care about him and not be that straight up.
Exactly. With him. Yeah.
Like that's the thing that like really because
well, you know, when you like somebody and you tell them, you know, you got to go away. You know what I mean? Or you got to, you know, kind of stay away from me, you know what I mean, until you get something dealt with, you know what I mean? I know it's got to be a tough thing, you know what I mean, especially if you really like somebody.
But again, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. You're right.
It shouldn't be tough because if I like you and I care for you, I should care enough about you that I want you to be whole and get the help you need.
Yeah.
But we're selfish.
Yeah.
Men are selfish. Women are selfish. Everybody is only thinking about their own self.
Yeah.
And I know a whole bunch of folk gonna pull out, if they decide to pull out a bunch of stuff that I have said and make it look like I'm bashing women when I'm really not. I think I'm bashing women and men.
We bashing the men here too. You know?
Look at the number. They didn't drop down since we started on this rant because people get pissed off at this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're upset because survivor's guilt is keeping her in her hole. But if I care about you,
survivor's guilt. Yeah.
I'm going to help you get the help. I'm going to insist you get the help you need to come out of that. Because here's the real, and you know this, and people who aren't going through this understand this. Ain't nothing she could have done to stop him from offing himself.
Yeah, right. Nothing.
There's no amount of love she could have provided for him, no amount of understanding, no amount of care that would have stopped him. There are some psychological things going on that unless she is a psychiatrist or a therapist, she is not qualified to help him with. So the only thing she could have done would be insist on him to go to therapy. But the kicker is therapy is new for America, especially for black folks.
I was just about to bring that up.
And since he's black, I'm just going to assume that his chick is black.
Yeah.
So
we do not go to counseling like that. You know what I mean? And we have the resources there. We got pastors. We got reverends. They're there.
No. Let me jump in on that. No. Don't you go to your pastor. Let me tell you that right now. No. Listen, I tell folks this all the time. I tell my folks this all the time. I am only qualified. I'm only qualified to do certain to help you with certain things. My specialty is your spiritual health.
Okay.
You need mental health. You go to a professional who deals with mental health. Going to your pastor for mental health therapy is like going to your dentist to have him fix your car.
Yeah, right. Okay.
He can fix stuff. Can't fix your car.
Yeah.
The pastor is there to be able to provide counsel. And pastors, part of your counsel should be, you need therapy. You need a professional. And there's nothing wrong. I tell folks all the time, I believe in Jesus and therapy. Yeah, she. Okay. I believe in Jesus and therapy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like, and here's the thing. No, I don't even believe that pastors need to be trained to do it. We do enough as is. And let me tell you the truth. I don't. But most of the time, I tell folk who come to me who are spiritual, don't go to a Christian counselor. I don't need you telling me about Jesus and giving me scripture in the middle of therapy. I need to deal with what's going on here. And I know this to be for a fact. There are a lot, not all of them, there are a lot of these Christian counselors who are licensed, who will tell you about Jesus and pray with you and hear about your faith and stuff like that. I don't want you doing all that. I want you to give me the therapy. We ain't friends like that. I don't want to be your friend because I need you to be my employee enough to do what I pay you to do, which is tell me the truth. Because I'm going to need you to tell me some things I don't want to hear.
Right.
I'm going to need you to unpack some things that I don't want to deal with. I'm going to need you to talk to me and say some things that...
I don't know.
That threw my whole thing off. I'm making sure that ain't seen. Hold on one second. Now that messed my whole world up. Somebody decide they want to do say some crazy.
But
stuff
that's a good distinction and good for clarifying me on that part, because when the issues that I had, I'm full disclosure. You know what I mean. I used to have these type of issues. You know, my mom took me to church first. You know, before we went to counseling. You know, so. Whether it helped me out or not, I think it helped me out. But that's why my first default thing is to say, well, you got. But like you said, you guys are more for counsel. You got somebody to talk to, right? So
that's because you're black. The black folks have always been teaching that the church is meant for that. That we're supposed to. See, I thought I had started. We're gonna go ahead and ban you. Yeah, right. I thought doing it through YouTube was gonna stop it, but apparently it did. So we had to get rid of the crazies. The black community has taught that the church is a catch-all, and the pastor is a catch-all. Go to them for everything. The pastor is not your lawyer. The pastor is not your doctor. The pastor is not your therapist. The pastor is your pastor.
Right.
Jesus had a doctor, people. Luke was a physician by trade.
It's true. Yep.
Jesus had a financer. Judas was a tax collector by trade.
That's right.
He didn't do it all. So why do we expect the pastor to do it all? That's not the job. Should I have it as a pastor? Should I have an understanding of mental health issues and ways to cope with mental health issues? Abso-freaking-lutely. I should be able to, at a base level, be able to identify some things so you ignorant, trifling, crazy, trashy pastors can stop saying everything's a doggone demon when sometimes it's a mental health issue. If the child or the person don't need deliverance, they need therapy. So there's that. I should have a base level. But it should not be my job to be your therapist. You're not paying me therapist money, first of all. You're not paying me psychiatrist money. As a pastor, I ain't even getting paid to pastor. You want me to take on a professional role or something else?
I say you should. That's right. You should be getting paid like $300 an hour, right?
You know what I'm saying? That's not my. I have too many other things as a pastor that I have to I have to concentrate on.
Yeah,
a therapist concentrates on you and your mental health. Yeah. A psychiatrist concentrates on you and your mental health. Go to them. Stop being scared of therapy. Stop being scared of psychiatrists. Go to a reputable one. Yeah. Don't go to a Christian one. I am a Christian. I am a pastor. I have been pastoring for 11 years, coming up on 12. I have been in ministry for over 30 years, and I'm telling you, don't go to a Christian counselor. If you found yourself a good one, God bless you. You have found one of the few. I need you to go to one that does not put. They can be a believer, but they should not identify themselves as a Christian counselor. I'm sorry. It's just my personal opinion. I don't need you telling me about my faith or about Jesus or about the Bible when I need you dealing with my mental health. I don't want you asking me how many times have I prayed today. I don't need you asking me that. I need you to give me some coping exercises to help me deal with this message going on in my head. I'm Randy Orton out here. I hear voices in my head, and you telling me about Jesus. No, this is not a demon. This is a mental defect. Understand the difference between the two. Yeah. And when you understand the difference between the two, you'll know who to go to. And maybe if you stop going to your pastor with all your psychological mental health issues, maybe the pastoral suicide rate will drop.
Ooh. Ooh. You guys didn't want to mention that, huh?
We are the third. I think last I checked, we are the third highest professional rate of suicide in the world.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know this.
Yes.
That's crazy.
The rate of pastors or clergy that take their own life,
wow,
is I believe the third highest, not in the country, in the world.
That's insane. Of clergy, just clergy.
Yeah.
Okay. Of clergy. Yeah.
Behind doctors, I think behind doctors, and that includes therapists and police officers.
Wow.
We're in the top 3.
That's insane. Yeah.
Because who the pastor go to?
Yeah. Good question.
I can't go to nobody because I'm too busy dealing with all your issues, and I have to
taking on everybody else's. Yeah.
And I have to keep it in the vault now because now I have to wrestle with do I tell somebody else about this to help me out and wind up compromising what they told me.
Right.
Or do I keep it in? And most pastors who are worth their salt will keep it in. And eventually they get burned out, and they get burned out long enough.
Yeah. Anybody suffering these issues, I very highly recommend going to a therapist. Going to a mental health professional. It helped me out. So it can definitely help you out. It can help you out too. I think it's a good bridge for the Christians who are taught you don't need therapy, you only need prayer.
Where I get your point. Your point is well taken that it's a good bridge. I still say no. See, I believe sometimes you got to shock the system. So you may believe you'll need nothing but prayer, but then I would solicit to you and say, hey, look, Jesus needed more than prayer. I've said this on a number of different occasions. There's scripture that will show you that Jesus was depressed before he went to the cross. We don't talk about that. He, by in his humanity, was in a state of anxiety and depression.
I imagine anybody would be on your way to get crucified. Of course.
And so there's no correlation that shows me that prayer is enough. It's just not. Adam famously and infamously was the first person to walk the face of the earth, and he was the closest to God other than Jesus to ever exist. And the Bible says it's not good that man should be alone. He needed someone physical. I don't need you to tell me about prayer. I need you who has studied this thing in here to help me learn how to work it.
Yes, sir. Got to be taught how to think, not what to think, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if pastors were less on their own high religious horse, if they got off of it more and told the truth that a lot of them need therapy, it would free up your congregants to go ahead and get some therapy.
Instead of just default coming to you, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
My folk will tell you, I tell all the time, I am not your first go-to.
You're right.
They come to me with something, my first question, have you talked to God about this?
Yeah.
And then as they go into it, I have told a couple of them, that sounds like a therapy question. I ain't qualified for that. I'll pray, but you need therapy. You need to talk to a professional.
Right.
That's got some roots somewhere else that I ain't equipped to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, especially with so many different things people are going through, you know. Oof. Yeah, man.
Here's the problem. I'm really about to piss Christians off now. Most of them are who are in the state of prayer only are already in a state of mental illness.
With the untreated amounts could be even worse damage.
And no, the baby step is still not a Christian counselor because again, most Christian counselors ain't going to take you through the proper baby steps. The issue is that we keep trying to give band-aids to things that need a tourniquet.
Ooh.
I will take you the baby steps, but not the wrong direction. The baby step isn't somebody who's going to continue to pacify my delusion. The baby step is let me take you to somebody who knows what they're doing and let them baby step you the proper way. I'll say it like this. My granddaughter, love her to pieces. She's my gummy worm. I love her. Because people, when you know how when you teach a baby to walk, you hold them and you walk with them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because nobody corrected the fact that when they were holding her a little too high, so she was walking on her tips. She still walks on her tips mostly until somebody, me, says, stop walking on her tips, walk right. Put your feet on, walk flat, walk right. Yeah. Because subconsciously, it's now normal. The baby steps they took them.
Yeah. So basically subconscious reps. You got subconscious reps. Yeah.
So me turning you over to a Christian counselor who's also going to be pray, while we talk about these other things, is going to cause you to walk on your tips. I'm trying to get you to walk flat-footed.
Exactly.
Let your pastor be your pastor and your therapist be your therapist. I don't need my therapist telling me how to pastor, and I, as a pastor, don't need to be telling you how to therapize.
Yeah, right. All right.
In men's layman's terms, we don't cross streams.
We don't cross sabers.
We don't cross, not at all. Not at all.
No. Yeah. Even though y'all may be in the same ballpark, y'all ain't in the same wheelhouse.
At all. At all.
There you go. Got it. Yeah.
And so I get what you're saying, Janelle. I do. And I understand where you're coming from more than most. I do. I get it. However, this is not a case where that's going to work. Not and have the actual effect it needs to. I need someone who doesn't specialize in Jesus. They specialize in the brain. They specialize in the mental. Your pastor specializes in Jesus. Let them deal with the Jesus. And this comes from something God said to me years ago. I was at another church here in Columbus, as a matter of fact. And there was a person with a mental defect. And I can't call the mental defect because, it's PC culture. Now, if I use the actual term for it, somebody going to get really offended. I've already used it once today by accident.
2024, boy.
So here's what was going on. The pastor of the church had called for a prayer circle, and folks come up to get prayed for. This person came up, and pastor was going in the prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, and help, and da. And my role typically is I go assist. I start to make the steps to go to assist, and I heard God say, stop. So I stopped, and he said, take a look. And I'm looking. I said, God, I don't understand what I'm looking at. Why? What are you trying to show me? He said, they're not equipped. I said, God, what you talking about? He said, son, she's got a demon and mental issues. He didn't say mental issues. He used another word.
Yeah.
She's got a demon and mental issues. I said, okay. He said, when they finish casting this demon out, the mental issues are still there.
Right.
You still got to deal with the mental issue. We got people trying to deal with the spirit and not equipped to deal with the mental. And if you try to cross streams, you're inevitably going to fail the person because one is going to get emphasis over the other, and they need them both. I don't want you to fail, so let me deal with the demon, and you get with someone who can deal with the mental.
Right.
I have a therapist I recommend for anybody in the Georgia area. I've recommended her on a few occasions. She was my therapist, and she's wonderful, and she's a believer. She's a Christian, but not a Christian therapist. And the only time Jesus was ever brought up in any one of my sessions with her was when I brought him up. And then she would listen, and she would talk about her understanding, and we would go right back and refocus on what needed to be focused on, because she was not there to do Christian counseling. She was there to do therapy.
Right. Regular therapy for.
And this is why
people.
this is right. So this is why I come from the perspective I come from it in. Yeah. It is wonderful to get the therapy. It is even better to get the right therapy. And this woman did not get any therapy because this man was selfish. Had he not been so selfish, he'd have seen the signs and said, you need some help. Let me see what I can do to help you. Have you thought about therapy? Let me look up some good therapists for you. Let's talk about it.
But then again, maybe it's because, like you said, we black. A lot of times we don't really mess with therapy like that. Don't nobody say nothing about therapy to us. You know what I mean?
But that's the church's fault. Black people historically in this country grew up with the church.
Right.
And because the church didn't deal with therapy, black homes didn't deal with therapy. Meanwhile, we are so traumatized.
Oof.
And some of it isn't just like our day-to-day trauma. When I found, and I recently found this out, this messed my life up, but it gave me a full other perspective on some things. Did you know that trauma can change your genetic code?
Your genetic code?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Enough trauma can change some things in your DNA.
How? Well, I guess with all the chemicals and stuff that's coming from your brain and stuff like that, yeah, that does make some kind of sense.
And so the personality that you have developed in the trauma may not even be your actual personality. It's
Right.
been altered
Maybe a
because
whole
of the
totally
trauma.
different personality that has just straight up altered your personality and you don't even know it.
Here's the other thing I found out. Not only can trauma actually change your genetic code in your DNA, trauma can also be genetic.
Oh yeah. Well, I
It can
do.
then be passed
I know
down.
that. I know that.
I literally learned some of
Yeah,
this
I know that. Yeah.
within the last couple of years.
Yeah, I've always knew that. Yeah.
And so,
We pass a lot of trauma. Our people pass a lot of trauma down.
so when most people say that, they're thinking of like I directly am passing down this trauma, right? So
No,
people
I'm
who
not
don't
talking-
believe in
yeah, I'm
corporal
talking-
punishment and whoopings, they be like, oh,
Talking
you
DNA
passed down
trauma from DNA.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
because I have dealt with trauma, right? Now I have birthed you, and now you are worried about some things you have never had to experience, but that trauma is still sitting in there as if you had it directly.
Yeah.
But I tell you, that messed my whole world up
Anything
because
can
I
set you
never
off.
thought about that. And then I started thinking about my own life, started thinking about some of the idiosyncrasies I have. So I was like, oh my God, this is stuff that I don't even think this was from my mother or father. This may have been from down the line that has been passed, and nobody knew
grandmother
it
or something. Yeah.
because we didn't deal with the trauma.
Right.
And so we in black culture have dealt with so much trauma and PTSD, and the church has been our only outlet. It's become the catch-all, and because pastors have grown to be an entity where we are more concerned with filling seats than helping souls, we stopped talking about therapy. And never would, because the white thing, we talk to Jesus. Jesus is all I need. If Jesus was all you needed, why did God say it's not good that man should be alone? In my church, I talk about all the time. I hate that Vicky Wine song. Long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. The devil is a lie, and so are you. You will not find scripture to support that. The Bible says we are many members of one body. We need one the other. How can the eye say to the hand, I have no need of you? It can't. So if that be the case, if all I got is Jesus, I don't need nobody else? You a lie. And that has been something that's been manipulated and said down throughout the years because we become more concerned about filling seats than helping people. Because the truth of the matter is, if some of y'all church folk got the help you need, you'd leave the church that you're at. Because you would recognize the trauma in your unhealed pastor.
Church populations. And then, if you're focused on helping souls, word travels. Word of mouth travels. You know what I mean? If you focus on helping souls, your defeats should fill up automatically, right? I'm just taking a guess. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the Bible
your
says.
warehouse. You know what I mean? But like if you're helping souls, word travels. You know what I mean? I'm sure when Jesus Christ was rolling around, I'm sure word traveled.
The Bible says that Jesus said, if I be lifted up above the earth, I will draw all men to me. The problem is we don't lift Jesus up. We lift ourselves up. And so people are they're either repelled by it or they come for the show. And because we have found that the show and the entertainment is what keeps people coming, but not allows people to change, we have opted for the show because the show is less work. If I opt for your soul, and I speak this from experience, my folk know I care more about their soul than I care about their feelings. I do my absolute best to help you grow in Christ, even to the disregard sometimes about how you feel about it. I will tell you the truth and let you deal with your therapist with how you feel.
That's true. This man has never cared about your feelings that much.
High praise, y'all hear that? He's not even a member of High Praise, and he knows it.
20 plus years of friendship from college. This man, it's dead serious. The man would, when he tells you something, he even set me straight a few times. He tell you something, he does not care about your feelings that much. I can totally confirm that.
Because I would rather you be whole than you be comfortable.
All right.
And if you get whole and really get whole, you wind up being comfortable.
Yeah, that's right.
But you can't you don't have to be comfortable to be whole. You have to be whole to be comfortable. So I don't want you comfortable, I want you whole. So if I got to be the villain and tell you some stuff that you need to hear rather than what you want to hear, I'll be that. But I promise you, it won't be too long before you wind up saying, that ignorant nigga is right.
Yeah. Or learn the hard way. But yeah. That's right.
But it's work, though. It is heavy,
I'm glad it does.
hard work.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I thought you said something. Yeah, but yeah. It's work. It work. Yeah. Trying to tell people what they need to hear. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of hard work.
It's so much easier to do
because
the
there's
show.
not enough people out there doing it.
Absolutely. It's so much easier to do the show. And the black church has opted for the show. I pacify your feelings and your PTSD as opposed to get you to heal it.
People can go anywhere to get a show, man.
In fact.
Tons of people are always looking for a show. Done. Next.
All the time.
You competing for attention. You know what I mean? I think we talked about this on the last podcast or the first podcast. We were talking about how everybody's competing for attention. I was talking about WNBA. Yeah, everybody's competing for people's attention because people's attention spans are much smaller now. You know what I mean? Because we got much more convenient stuff. So,
So check this. We got super deep. I want to keep going, but I'm looking at how long we've been on. And how long
yeah, your wheelhouse. You know what I mean? I want to let you get your stuff in, man. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, people need to hear it, man.
So here what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break from one of our sponsors. We'll come back with some real talk banter because I want to do some real talk banter so we can end a little light. Just give us a little bit of light because y'all done got beat up today. It wasn't supposed to happen. Y'all got beat up. We went from talking about Tenet to kicking y'all in the face. Hey, Tenet, this is how you do stuff. This is how you just see logical manner. You deal with stuff like that. That's how you do a Tenet.
Logic. not fantasy and whatever the heck y'all was doing. Y'all, it's almost like y'all said, well, we're going to have Inception outside of the guy's mind.
That's what they did. That's what they did.
Yeah.
That's how you
Let's have Inception outside of people's minds. That's exactly what happened.
That makes as much sense as you're going to wake up dead. That's,
Right.
that's what that is right there.
Yeah, right.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Yes, sir.
Hey y'all, what's going on? My name is Marcus, host of Correct Me If I'm Wrong podcast, and I do the show with my co-host Candoria Lier. We are based out of Albuquerque, Pennsylvania. On my show, we talk about pretty much any and everything. You can catch our content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and YouTube. So if you ever get a chance, make sure you check us out. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Don't forget to smile. It's a good look.
All right, we back. Yo, shout out to my boy Marcus and the Correct Me If I'm Wrong podcast, Marcus and Candoria, affectionately known as Miss Candy. I appreciate y'all. For y'all who don't know, they have a 3-part series on the Real Talk podcast YouTube channel. I did a sit-down interview with them. It was wonderful. It was fun. And we kind of went off on, I don't know what it is, but anytime I talk, folk want to talk to me about religion or why I'm going that way. And so we had some spiritual talk too. We had some other talk about them. And it's a wonderful conversation. Go check it out on our YouTube channel. It'll be great for you to enjoy. I promise you, you'll love it. And then it'll make you want to check out his podcast that much the more. That's my boy Marcus and the Correct Me If I'm Wrong podcast. All right. So here we are with the infamous, my favorite portion of the podcast. Y'all, Real Talk. This is why I do the podcast as a whole, so I can do the Real Talk banter. I like making jokes. I like having fun. I like talking about some light stuff. And here is the Real Talk banter. I don't have my cards with me. I meant to bring my cards with me, especially some Pick Your Poison to really just mess it all up, but I didn't get that. So we got a series of Would You Rathers, and we're gonna end with this. It ain't gonna be long, but depending on how ridiculous Mike's answers are. But yeah, we gonna hit this and then we gonna close it out. And I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. So here's the first. Would you rather? Actually, it doesn't say the question. Don't say would you rather. It says it this way. If you could only hear one song for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Like it's the only song you were ever allowed to hear for the rest of your life. What would you listen to and why?
It's the only song for the rest of my life.
Only
Jesus
song.
Christ,
only
man.
get one.
I can't imagine not being able to listen to other music, man. You're talking to a music person, man.
I know.
Yeah, that's why you asked it too. Jesus Christ.
Didn't you say you want some tougher questions? I told you I got you.
Oh man. Rest of my life. No, not that.
Y'all who are still on, feel
said,
free to try to answer that as well.
I almost said a Kanye song. Man, it's a song most of you probably never heard of. It's a song by a rapper named Odyssey, and it's called Lifting Shadows. I listened to that song the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And the lyrics were about, because the guy is Muslim, you know what I mean? And he was basically, he talked about, being Muslim, and then after 9/11, how, a lot of Muslims got mistreated and stuff like that, about lifting the shadow over stuff like that. You know what I mean? The song is dope. The lyrics are dope. It's a guy named Odyssey. It's in the song named, Lifting Shadows. I could listen to that song forever. But I guess maybe I should use a popular song because most of y'all ain't never heard that song. That's the song. Yeah, that's the song that came to my mind first. And I said I could listen to Lifting Shadows like all day, every day. You know what I mean, for that song. So that's the song I would pick. It's a song by Odyssey, Oddisee. That's how you spell it. Odyssey is called Lifting Shadows. I could listen to that song all day, every day. You know what I mean, straight up, because of the beat and because of the subject matter of the song and how he does the lyrics. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's what I got. See, I came up with something. I could have said a lot of stuff. I could have said Jesus Walks. I could have said Big Pimpin'.
Jesus Walks,
I won't go say
I would have hit
Jesus
you with a chair.
I could have said Big
I would
Pimpin'.
have cut this podcast off right now if you just said Jesus
I
Walks.
could have said. I mean, I could have went your house and said No Weapon by Fred Hammond. I could have said a lot of different songs. You know what I mean? But Lifting Shadows, I don't know. That one just came up first. That was the first song that came out. So.
For me, and I had to think about it. And I tried not to think about it until you started talking, so I wouldn't have a ready answer.
Right.
But I got one, and mine is a hymn. I was like, no, I want to go second. Like what kind of?
You want to go second?
I wanted to. I really did because you know, I'm a huge R&B head, so I'm like I'm rattling through them.
Yeah.
And the only one that kept coming back was a hymn. I had to go back to the church to do a hymn, and I was like, oh, you know, this could work because there are so many variations of this song that it's not going to get old because I find loopholes. So it's not going to get old because people present it in so many different ways. It gets me every time. It's one of my favorite hymns of all time. It is well.
Okay.
The song, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Man, I could hear choirs singing, do solo singing. I can sing it myself. There's one of the few songs I think I sound pretty good singing. So like there's so many different ways. That's the one I would go with.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I even had a lot of old gospel songs that I probably could say that I could listen to for a long time. You know, but not as many as secular songs. I'm sorry. I'm primarily pretty much secular when it comes to music. So
Hey, you like what you like.
Yeah, you like what you like.
Know,
Yeah, you like what you like. All right, what we got?
Now here's a for real.
Okay.
Would you rather? I like saying that way. I don't know why. Would you rather have telekinesis or telepathy?
So telekinesis is moving things, and telepathy is being able to communicate between others' minds.
Yep.
Telepathy or I'd say telekinesis. Only because I ain't too hot about anybody having a connection to my mind like that. But hold up. Okay, well, if we're talking telepathy, so the other person has to have telepathy too, right? In order for just you having telepathy.
Yeah. I mean, while you're talking to them, I guess they can talk back to you.
Yeah, I go telekinesis. Telekinesis. I want to be able to move stuff around. And when I'm talking to somebody, I could just be casually moving something around while we talking.
You've lost your mind. I'm going telepathy.
You going telepathy?
You crazy?
All right.
Because if I can get inside your head, I can also get you to do what I want you to do.
This is true. It's true.
And I could do it from a distance.
I guess
I'd be like, hey, Donald Trump.
I'm sure 50% of the country would love to do that.
Well, see, no, I'm not even talking about him dropping out the race. Here's me, Donald Trump. I need you to take $5 million and deposit it into Jesse Jones's bank account.
Right.
You will deposit it now. In case you're wondering, this is the voice of God. And I will plague him every night until he does it.
Ain't gonna put a Jamie on him. This is your conscience.
This is your conscience.
It's your conscience.
This is not Jamie. This is your conscience.
This is your conscience. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
For y'all who don't know what that is, you ain't a comedy fan. You ain't a comedy fan if you don't know that.
Right. It's your conscience.
Would you rather live under the sea or in space?
Well, I live in space. Ooh. I'm gonna go with space. I love Star Wars, bro. Sorry.
You're kidding me.
Yep. I really live in space.
No.
You wanna live underwater?
Yes. First of all, there's nothing in here that says I can't come out of the water. Go ahead and come out of space in this climate and find out and see what happens. See how quick you get shot and killed. Go ahead and see what happens. God dare you.
Man.
Then space is a big void. There's nothing that we know of that's there. And even if there are other life forms out there somewhere, do you really want to run into them as an American?
Why not? Don't you want some sense of adventure and experience?
No, no, and that's one of the reasons I'm taking Under the Sea.
the
Call
unknown.
me Aquaman.
Yeah, you know, it's the unknown for me.
I'm getting down there under the sea. I'm have control with other animals, talk to them and whatnot, and deal with them. And I come out to sea and have a regular, normal life. I just sleep in the water, and I'm good.
Yeah. See, it's the unknown for me, man. You know what I mean? That's the end game.
And do you understand how many? I'm also paid. You understand how many Olympic medals I would win? Michael Phelps too. I'm winning Olympics.
You being underwater, it's gonna be some stuff you ain't gonna be able to do living underwater.
No. Living underwater.
I'm sorry. Would you
out.
rather live? Yeah, well, I can't. It's not like I can't come out of space.
Yeah, but you
I
get
can't
shot.
land.
No, you get shot. Huh? You as many of satellite radar and stuff we have for stuff coming out of the sky. Something's coming for you. Mm-hmm. I can find a stream where ain't nobody at and come out the water.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and nobody be the wiser.
Well, I mean, you still got a lot of predators to worry about, and you still got to be able to breathe on the water.
I am Aquaman.
Well, hold on, we didn't say that we was, because if you could be Aquaman, then I should be able to be Thor and breathe in space, right?
Because you live in space. Yeah, you breathe in space.
If I live in space, I can breathe in space. Oh yeah, I'm saying space.
Yeah, you can breathe in space.
And then I got unlimited planets to visit. You know what I mean? I got unlimited planets.
All of them.
No, not necessarily. That's not always true. And I can always find another planet with ocean. And I can find another planet with an ocean and live under that ocean if I want to. I might be able to find a planet. I might be able to, that's not necessarily true. I might be able to find a planet with a much better ocean with no predators in it.
And they will
I got choices.
You. They will kill you. Me living under the water ain't no predators for me because I control the predators. Ain't no messing. When last time Aquaman got hit by a stingray?
I don't know when we added I don't know where you rather said. Would you rather be Aquaman or Thor?
It's called artistic discretion. Okay? If I'm living under the water, I'm Aquaman.
Okay, if that's the case, then if I'm living up there, I get to be Thor, and I get to have trust me, I'm having a much funner life than you are.
Thor still can be killed.
Like Aquaman can't be killed.
But see, here's the difference. Aquaman could be killed if people found out he was Aquaman. I'm telling you, there are streams I can come. Nobody watches the water all like that. I can come out the water in some place where ain't nobody looking and live a normal life, have a job in the whole nine. You come out the sky and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you can
America
blend in.
shot down a balloon. You don't think they're going to shoot your black tail down?
Yeah, but that balloon came from China.
No. You're thinking about the most recent. I'm thinking about the boy in the little red balloon that had the country captured by a while.
Really?
Yeah, they shot it down.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Where a red balloon? What red balloon? What are you talking about?
That's some years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember this or didn't.
We shoot at anything in the sky that don't look right. We shooting.
Nah.
You black.
I'll tell
you don't look right to America. You get shot.
But if I'm Thor, shooting me ain't gonna matter. I can rain thunder down you wherever I want. Relax.
And Thor can die.
So can Aquaman.
But Aquaman ain't getting hunted by the United States government. You are a black man coming out the sky.
Don't think. No, hold on. And not only that, but you're living on Earth, so therefore you're living near America, so therefore you're in their jurisdiction. So don't think that they won't come in that ocean and flex their jurisdiction. They ain't coming out in space and doing that.
Here's the problem.
Lot tougher.
Here's the problem. First of all, they're not coming in the ocean and flexing nothing because they can't get as deep as I can. First and foremost,
they'll find a way.
Second of all,
yeah.
Okay. Tell the rich folk who went looking for the Titanic. Tell them see what happened. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Totally different situation.
That's what I thought.
They weren't looking to go to war with the Titanic. If they're looking to go to war with you, they'll find you. They'll get you.
We don't have equipment enough that is strong enough to keep for us to get to the ocean floor. I ain't worried about that. Second of all, again, they have to realize I'm living in the ocean. They don't realize I live in the ocean. Ain't nobody coming after me. Don't realize
it's okay. It's okay. And when they realize all you're saying and all these things that they can't do, then they're gonna drop a nuke on you. And they gonna make it ocean.
I go deep enough that the nuke won't bother me, and then I swim somewhere else. You talking about coming out? You
gonna get messed with. If you can, gonna mess with you, bro.
If you could get to the land without them seeing you come from the sky, that's one thing. But all of these radars, and so all we do is watch the sky as Americans.
Hey, there are plenty of things in the sky that Americans don't even know what it is.
Ain't nobody but this. Ain't nobody but.
Tons of things coming in and out of not necessarily. There are tons of things coming in and out of the atmosphere all the time that we don't shoot at. That we're literally just watching. You can ask people from Navy intelligence. They tell you this all the time. People Navy, Dan Bill Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse. He said there was always stuff in the air we saw all the time. When we didn't shoot.
Because we recognized what it was and didn't care about it. You a black man coming out the sky, they shooting you. Second of all, I want you to hear what you just said. The Navy, which is our water-based military,
Navy watch the sky
even
too.
They are looking up. You know where they're not looking? Down.
Oh, they're looking down
I'm
too.
safe.
Hey, they got. Don't you think they don't got sonar and submarines?
I can go
all that
under,
other stuff. You think they don't got stuff in the water? Get out of here.
I can go under their sonar. You can't go. You can't leave there. You can't get to the land and leave their radar.
They can't get to me. Okay. They can't. America can't get. We can't even get to the moon yet. Okay. We ain't been back to the moon in decades
because we got bored of it. Go ahead. Yeah, because America
got to be something else. That's a question.
Americans got tired of funding the program where they were receiving no results because all we're doing was going back and forth to the moon.
I half agree with you on that. The reason why because the only reason why they went to the moon anyway is because Russia was trying to go to the moon and they were trying to beat them to the moon. Yeah,
we don't care about nothing up there until we see something.
But that also as good to my point. Common enemy. If they got a common enemy, you, because you on their land, because you still in their jurisdiction. I'm not in their jurisdiction. If I fly to another planet, they ain't thinking about me.
I'm just
ain't about me.
I'm just an enthusiastic swimmer. Prove I didn't swim. Prove I'm not just an enthusiastic swimmer.
You got too many abilities that we find too captivating. No. You can't live in our jurisdiction. We not know nothing about you. You a potential threat. You a metahuman. We got to know about you. We got to be watching you.
What abilities? I can swim. You better
swim with the fishes.
You better grab Michael Phelps and get him too. He can swim too.
Yeah, he can't swim like Aquaman though. No offense to Michael Phelps, greatest swimmer of all time.
They don't know I can swim like Aquaman. All they see is me swimming up and coming up on land. I would know how. You can't inconspicuously fly without equipment. You are a black man. So here what gonna happen. You gonna cause a frenzy because niggas gonna think you the second coming of Jesus Christ. You gonna get a cult, and you know what we do with cults? Waco. We bomb them, we shoot them, we kill. You are gonna die. I bring America metal and prestige. I bring medals. I bring all eyeballs under the greatness of the U.S. of A. And I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah,
they
gonna treat you nice as long as you're doing everything that they tell you
to do. Find me, and here will be my statement. Find me a swimmer that can outswim me.
They're gonna find a submarine.
Can't outswim me. Aquaman swims faster than subs.
Hey, well they gonna find something. They gonna make something.
Ain't nothing they got that can outswim me.
They gonna find something.
I continue to bring prestige.
They gonna have you watched.
Bring fear.
They gonna have you watched, and they gonna where you ain't looking. When you ain't looking, they gonna mess around and take your DNA for you, and they gonna build somebody else just like you. So
the last two black superheroes
America cannot like my dude from Rick and Morty said, America cannot have another entity that does not recognize the America as the high entity. It's not possible.
Here's the thing. But here's the problem that you're working with. Here's the problem that you're working with. The last couple of black superpower people we had killed off. Well, they found a way to kill. What happened to T'Challa? He did. Mysterious
died of
cancer.
Natural causes.
He died of mysterious cancer. What happened to Kang? He got written off.
Probably from America. Probably from the same people that'll keep their eye on you.
This is my point. Black superhero flying and doing stuff. And all I am is a swimmer.
They ain't gonna ever be able to catch me.
I'm a swimmer.
You can't get past the moon. You're not messing with me.
No, you trying to come back here. You said
I'll come back when I want.
You didn't say.
I also said I got plenty of planets to land at. You know
but you also said you'd be coming here.
Sure.
And the moment you
I'll
come
visit
here,
when I want to.
The moment you come here, Black Jesus, is the moment you die.
Yeah, good
I'm
luck.
trying to tell you. Trying to help you out.
Like I said, because I'm Thor. Good luck with that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Thor didn't take that nukes. I'm just telling you right now. They ain't getting no nuke at Thor. Okay, keep playing.
Ain't shooting no nuke at Thor.
Go on here.
I'm out here making Stormbreaker by taking a full force of a sun.
Yeah, okay.
Your gun ain't doing nothing to me.
Mess around and find out. Okay, last person who thought they was God got killed too. Okay, keep playing. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay.
One. I like it, but I want to come to a little later. Right. This one's a horrible one. There's no good answer for this.
Okay.
It's just none. And I'm not even gonna use my normal voice for this. I'm just gonna. I gotta be solemn about this because this is horrible. Would you rather spend the day wearing wet socks or with a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth?
Oh. That is like the worst thing ever.
Ever.
Oh my God. Like every time I got one in my mouth, I gotta go and get it out, dog. Yeah. And I eat a lot of popcorn too. I love popcorn.
And here's the part about this. It ain't gonna come out for 24 hours.
Yeah, it can't
no
come
matter,
out. Oh,
no what you do. That's why I said spend the day.
That's a good question.
With the popcorn kernel on your mouth, or spend the day wearing wet socks, which means no matter what you try
they're
to
always
do,
gonna be wet.
they're always gonna be wet. And even if you try to just take the socks off and say I'm gonna go barefoot, as soon as you take them off, they're back on.
I'm gonna have to take the popcorn kernel.
No, give me the wet feet all day. Yes. Oh. Cause here's the thing. I told my wife this. I had to ask her this question. She said the kernel too. I said both. I said she crazy, so you crazy like she is. Here's the thing. I don't have to go nowhere in these wet socks.
Okay.
I will sit and have wet socks in the comfort of my own home, and I go nowhere. But this,
you're doing that all day.
All day. It's just. I know y'all listen.
I'm too active, man.
And this is just getting on y'all nerves.
I'm going. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to get up. I gotta get up. I gotta move around. Yeah, see what I'm saying? I can't. I gotta get up and move around. Yeah.
I'm in my house. I crawl. I can be uncomfortable in my house for 24 hours. I can't.
Even in my house. Even in my house.
Because you know what else? I start eating. And now I got.
Now you got more stuff in your teeth too.
Give me the wet socks, bro.
I can't do wet socks. Wet socks sucks. Wet socks is fuck. I know. Popcorn kernel sucks too, but especially no, I can't. I'm too active. Wet socks. And they stay wet too, and they're not gonna dry up.
I can stay inactive for 24 hours. I can't.
I can't.
This for 24 hours. Try to sleep.
I've slept with popcorn kernels. Accidentally, not purposefully. I've woken up and say, I got a popcorn kernel on. Oh, I slept with this thing the whole time.
I have slept being sweaty, so I will deal with it. This, can't do it. I can't finish the sentence.
That's not going to be happening.
Do it. This, can't. And then after a while, you get sick of that, so you start to get your finger in the mouth and try to get, I can't get it out. No, dog. I can't enjoy nothing that way. Nothing is good. I'm ready to fight. I don't even have a popcorn kernel stuck in my mouth. Doing that just now makes me want to fight. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Wet socks too much for me, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. It's not as active as I am.
Would you rather team up with Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel? And why?
So, okay, so
your choice.
It's just a choice. Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel. It's not no. Well, I wouldn't really have too much of a reason to even really, because if you know anything about Carol Danvers got a lot of problems. They didn't show it in the movie at all.
I tried to tell.
Carol Danvers got a lot of problems in the comic books, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, Diana didn't have that many problems. Of course, Diana's kind of can be very controlling. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I mean, we just going off the characters, or we just going off the superheroes?
Just superheroes.
Just the superheroes?
I mean, you can from whatever scope of knowledge you have of those superheroes. It's just that you can go. So if you want to go from the comics, you can go from the comics. You want to take into consideration that the
I'll
cartoons,
probably.
whatever.
Well, if we just going off the superheroes, you know what? I'm gonna go Captain Marvel. One thing about Captain Marvel is she ain't never turned evil. Wonder Woman has, I think. But as far as first of all, her superhero power is freaking insane. She's got a ton of power.
I mean, you can use the character, but to me, the character and the superheroes is all the same to me. I'm going.
But I'm sorry. You going Captain Marvel?
It's not even close.
Yeah, I'm probably going Captain Marvel too.
Let me tell you why it's not even close. Wonder Woman hates men.
Yeah, it's true. That's why
I'm
a controlling part.
What I'm not gonna do is spend time with this chick who hates men, because she gonna say something I ain't gonna like.
Right.
And the Jesse gonna say something back, and she gonna kill me. And what I can't do is die. Yeah. I can take Carol Danvers, all of her issues,
all her flaws. And that's what I'm saying.
Take all that.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, she's stout in her flaws. If she got something that she don't like, she just not gonna care. You know what I mean? She's 100% stout.
She will not punch
believe.
a hole through my chest. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. So if she ends up coming to the conclusion that you are evil,
I can be an irritant, and she will.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if she comes to the conclusion that you're not in favorable terms with her, you know what I'm saying? You a dead man.
And this is why.
You know what I mean? Wonder Woman is very strong in her convictions. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why Captain Marvel is my go-to. Plus, Captain Marvel disappears for ages at a time.
You give your girl,
I don't live regular life.
You don't got to worry about her being around trying to control you all day long. That's what I say about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman very controlling. You know what I mean? She got to be in charge. You know, she got to control you. Everything got to be done her way for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Or at least she has to totally agree with it. You know what I mean?
The only reason she submitted to Superman is because Superman will rip
way
her
stronger
arm
than
off.
her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But yeah, I'm gonna go Captain Marvel on that one too. Yep,
As you should. That's the first intelligent thing you said.
Screw you, Jesse. Yeah, I'm going Marvel on that one because I like her creator and the basis of her character.
Yeah, because you hate men sometimes too. It's okay. I know. It's all right.
You like her creator. You like Zeus, huh?
She gonna get me.
Love Zeus.
By Thunder, not Thunder. Was it about I forget the god. She be screaming all the time, but when she gets exasperated.
You want Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
But Zeus is her. Ain't Zeus her god? Zeus is her dad, but Zeus is her god.
But there's another one she always be screaming at.
Really?
We got cooties, but y'all gave it to us because we had to pass through you to get him. She know I got to answer for. I got to for everything. That's what I do.
Okay. You got cooties. Heard that in a long time.
We gonna close out on this one. This one's my favorite one. This one's my favorite one of all the questions I got. So it's gonna get my full passion and strength for this one. So
Okay.
Over the top time coming.
Would you rather
be followed by a band wherever you go, playing a theme song for wherever you go, or have someone narrating your life?
If I could choose anybody to narrate my life to?
Yeah, you can choose whoever you want to. I'm gonna let you choose whoever you want.
No, you know what? I'm gonna go with the theme band, baby. I'm a music man. You don't know how many times when I walk up into somebody's crib or when I walk up into anywhere, I love to just walk up into some theme music. And then the theme music you got that day, that's going to depend on my mood. I love to have a theme band. Absolutely. Band all day long, 100%.
Where I first thought I would love to have the band because I'm making WWE entrances everywhere I go. Nah. Give me the narrator.
Narrator.
Morgan Freeman narrating my life. I'm sorry, not Morgan. No, yeah, Morgan Freeman narrating. I mean, and my wife, because she's
Ving Rhames a good narrator.
No, I need Morgan.
It
can only be
the
Morgan.
ultimate narrator.
And a close second is James Earl Jones.
Earl Jones.
It's got to be one of those two. And my wife is twisted. She was like, "Well, what happens if they start narrating sex?" I'm like, "It makes it even better." And now Jesse is giving it everything he's got. Every pump, every stroke, he is dedicated. His muscles are tightening. He is giving everything he's got for the ultimate. He hears a moan. His smile comes across his face. He knows he's got her now. What you could? How you? The only way for me in my life that would be
He's
a bad
moving the
thing,
stroke to the left now.
is the only way that would be a bad thing for me in my life is when somebody asks me a stupid question.
He's moving the stroke to the left now.
That's
bed and
wonderful.
The bed is beginning to shake.
But then you have the dumb question where they ask me something stupid like, "How do light bulbs work?" He's trying to contemplate how to answer this question without making them think that they're the dumb idiot that they are for that stupid, ignorant question. Slap them. He's trying so hard not to stab them with the knife he has in his pocket. Those are the things that it'd be bad for that, but I would take it just to have it.
See, for me, it'd just be a dope-ass theme song coming on, knowing dang well actually telling everybody the theme and what's exactly going on in the situation, the emotion of the situation that is coming. I'd rather just have that. If I can just have a nice little, have my band just basically play the emotion of the situation that's going on. Well, you know,
and they're following you and playing wherever you go, but they're not playing every moment of every emotion. They're just playing wherever you go.
I want a girl
in the room. They're not playing anything. You have to move from one room to the next wherever you go. Whereas Morgan is giving you a play-by-play of my life. Every step I take, he puts his hand on the table. That's one. Are you kidding me? What? My life, Morgan Freeman narrating my life? Are you kidding me? See, I grew up on the Wonder Years, stuff like that, inner monologue, Scrubs. I want that for my life, man.
Of course. Yeah.
Out loud for the world to hear. Give me Morgan Freeman. Give me James Earl Jones. Just say, "Simba, run away, Simba. You have forgotten your place in the circle of life. You have forgotten yourself, so you have forgotten me. Remember who you." Are you kidding me?
Well, not everybody might not want to hear it. Keep hearing somebody's voice.
And I call those people psychopaths. It's me and Randy Orton all day long. We hear voices, bro. You gonna hear them too.
I love
and
that.
can
I
you
love that
imagine
theme song.
how many people would stay away from me if they could hear what is being narrated in my life? Oh my God! But your band is bringing people to the party. Now you got to deal with more people.
That's right.
No, stay away from me. I don't like people.
Dude.
Stay away from me. Get away.
Oh, dude, when they start playing Usher when I'm in with the girl, then baby, tell me what you want to do.
No. I need Morgan Freeman narrating that big. I need Morgan Freeman narrating that big nasty for me.
I need no narration for
every
that.
thought that's in my head. I need that.
Only voice I want to hear is me and the girls.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Only voice I want to hear is the chicks.
Give me that.
And I don't even want to hear. I don't want to necessarily hear you talking unless you're saying certain stuff. I don't even want to hear you moaning. But
give me that Morgan. I want you to hear every thought.
But you know what I'm saying? If I have some nice little music playing in the background, but where it goes in.
I like no music. So I don't need no music.
Yeah, I like all music.
I like voice and breath. I like what I want to hear.
Oh my God!
That right there is what I want.
I like that too, but a nice little backdrop.
Nah.
Just a situation.
Nah, let the sweat in the body make the music. That's what I need. Nah. And then you put Morgan on top of it. He intensifies his throat. He slows down. He looks her in her eye, hand on the throat, and then goes even further.
I think people get sick of that.
I don't care what day. This ain't for them. This for me.
It narrate for you.
That's for me.
For them. I would get sick of somebody narrating it. I ain't gonna lie. Even if it was Morgan Freeman.
Nah. The voice of Hollywood God? Are you kidding me? Nah, give it to me. Big Morgan with the voiceover. Yes, narrate my life. Give voice to the thoughts in my head so people know to leave me alone. Jesse sees them approaching and does not like them.
I'm good. I have me a
He
nice little.
contemplates kicking them in the balls and decides he'll let them ask the question and see if it's stupid enough to do so. You know how many people would walk away from me? They wouldn't even ask the question. Are you serious? Morgan, come on, give me the Morgan. Give me the Morgan. I can't believe you said. I thought you.
I don't think anybody would even date you when Morgan narrate your life. I know plenty of people that date me, knowing I got my own personal sound section, walking around with me anytime I want.
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning when you get up to go pee and they sleep.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
It plays everywhere you go.
Yeah, but they can just play something nice and soft that can put us to
I
sleep.
don't want music at 2 o'clock in the morning. I got an alarm that gives me
If it's
music at 2
nice
o'clock
and
in the
soft,
morning.
if it's nice and soft, like
I'm
little
gonna wake
music,
up and now I'm mad because I'm
you can-
awake.
You can have your band play nice, soft little music that will.
I
that
am
will
pissed
easily
because
put you to
I am
sleep.
now awake.
Easily put you to sleep. And
I am now awake because your band is played and now I'm pissed and I have to stab you.
I fall asleep to music all the time.
Fall asleep to music, not music randomly happening in the middle of the night when there was no music before.
They're not gonna randomly play something.
You
what I
woke
tell
up
them.
in the middle of the night to go pee. It is random.
Yeah, but if they walk up at night and go play, they still just playing a nice little,
And that
nice
has
little
now woken.
sleepy
That
music.
has now woken
That didn't
me
wake
up.
me up. Something else woke me up.
No,
because
no.
the sleepy
Pee
music
the
keeping you
pee
asleep.
woke you up. I'm talking about the person sleeping next to you. I'm speaking as if I'm them. You have now woken me up with your raggedy band, and now somebody in your band has got to
handle the
go.
band, and you ain't sleeping next to me.
Somebody in your band got to
what
come
it
up
is.
missing. That's all I know. Somebody in your band coming up missing. But
If
Morgan,
you can't handle the band, you
Nah.
ain't
Nah.
sitting sleeping next to me.
no,
You're gonna have to handle the band. It is
Ain't
what it
nobody
is.
handling that band.
Yeah, well, it is what it
but
is.
you know what won't wake him up? The smooth decibel tones of Morgan Freeman narrating my life when I wake up. Jesse awake.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think a lot of people gonna want to hear
Walks
somebody
the
narrating their
bathroom.
life when they sit in the shower trying
The pee is long and
brush
refreshing.
their teeth. Dog. Brush their teeth like man, get this motherfucker, man. Shut up.
Nah, I'm telling you, that is wonderful. That's outstanding stuff right there.
It's,
And
it's
y'all
gonna
know
get to
it's
a point.
true.
It's gonna get to a point where they'll be like, man, I can't take this. I can't take this Morgan Freeman stuff without my.
That's
coffee,
when I switch
bro.
up to James Earl. When I get sick of Morgan, I put the James Earl playlist in. Now James Earl is narrating my life. And then at times, I might even have a British guy narrate my life, mate. And they talk about
David,
what I'm doing,
Sir David Attenborough.
That's right. Jesse goes to brush his teeth, isn't it?
I don't know if he. I don't know if he'll be able to do that for your life. It's easy to narrate for animals. I don't know if he'll be able to narrate for you. It's easy to narrate for National Geographic. There's much more stuff going on. I don't know if he can take that tone.
Jesse is setting up to have the podcast with his brother. These two best mates are having a jolly old time. Are you kidding me? That's wonderful, dude. Wonderful.
Taking a theme song, bro.
You crazy.
Theme song all day long.
All of y'all who
band all night long.
Whenever you all who listen to this, aside from the people who are still on, whenever you hear, you will listen, you will know I am right. Because you have wanted somebody in your life you wanted it because you watched these shows growing up. You have to be a wrestling fan to want an entrance theme song.
At certain situations, I'm hearing certain songs in certain situations. That's how
You're
in
a
tune I am
wrestling
to music.
fan.
That's how in tune I am to music. I am literally hearing certain songs in certain situations.
You are a wrestling fan. That's a wrestling thing.
No.
Wrestling fans do that.
What?
My brother, my
literally
oldest
hearing
brother,
situations.
has a master's degree in vocal performance and vocal education. He is a singer and a music person for show. He don't hear music just randomly in random situations. It's not how it works. Wrestling fans do. There's not a wrestling fan I know who is not at one time walked into a room.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about stuff like if I'm just randomly walking around, right, and then like just say for instance, just for the sake of conversation, I see a woman, a very very attractive woman walking by. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hearing Jaheim and she walking by like,
Yeah. But that's because it's a wrestling thing. Is what I'm saying. It's a wrestling thing.
Something like that. You know what I mean?
But it's a wrestling
Situations.
thing. It starts
like
with
I didn't know what exact songs I want to play.
But it starts with the wrestling things because it's a wrestling mindset. Wrestling
the
fans
theme
do that.
songs.
Yes, it is the epitome. When wrestlers got theme songs to come to the ring with, it changed the game and changed our lives. There's not a wrestling fan that I know that has not had at different random times music playing in their head. However, there are people who are not wrestling fans I know who have had the inner monologue. Who have had the moments play forth in their head in a different voice, thinking this was said, and it happens. Mm-hmm. If you grew up in the 1980s and you remember the Wonder Years, you and Fred Savage were having that inner monologue. It's what we do. Shows that couldn't think of things to do, you know what they do? Play the inner monologue. Shows that ran out of episodes, they go to the character's inner monologue. Family Guy has done it. They did on Futurama.
Everybody hates Chris.
Everybody hates Chris. No matter what, it happens. You know what's not happening all the time on shows? Random music. Matter of fact, a lot of shows have gotten rid of the theme song, which has really ticked me off. But look, a lot of shows have gotten rid of the theme song. They don't get rid of the inner monologue. It's always inner monologue for the win. And then you get the right inner person to play the inner monologue.
It's me.
Now, if I had, say, Chris Rock doing my narration,
Totally
I could see you'd be like, nah, this crazy. But Morgan Freeman,
hey,
James
maybe Morgan
Earl
Freeman ain't gonna, maybe everybody don't want their life narrated by Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe everybody don't.
Why not?
Everybody don't want that. Maybe I'm sure there's some people out there that say, well, Morgan Freeman just ain't my jam.
And they're not real people. Those people deserve to be castrated. I don't know what you want from me.
Sure, he is the voice of God.
He's Black Hollywood
in
God.
Hollywood.
Yes.
Black
Hollywood God.
But, and everybody tends to acknowledge it, but maybe not everybody does. I'm sure there's some people out there that says, well,
and we call those people heathens who are on their way to hell.
I'm taking the band. 100%. I'm a music person. I'm taking the band.
Go ahead and take the band, P. Diddy. he took the band, too. You ain't never heard that mess come up.
That's right.
You ain't never heard that mess.
They're going to be getting me cheesecake, too.
You ain't never heard that mess coming up on Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones. That's all I'll say.
As far as we know.
Hey, I said we ain't never heard it.
I
didn't say he didn't do it. I said we ain't never heard it.
I've seen Morgan Freeman flirt.
I said
some of these young chicks.
I said we ain't never heard it. I didn't say it never happened. I said we ain't never heard it.
Yeah, I know. That's
all
I
that
said.
matters to me is what I heard. Denzel Washington said it best. It ain't what you know, it's what you can prove. If I ain't heard it, I can't prove it. So now I ask you, you want to go to jail? You want to go home?
I'm leaving with something. That's all I know. I'm leaving with something.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, real talk, bro. I'm a music man. I'm taking a band, bro.
I get it. I don't fault you for it. I mean, you're absolutely wrong, but I don't fault you for it. You're allowed to be wrong. You're allowed to be wrong. Because I play my own music. What I can't do is do my own monologue and not be considered crazy. If I play a song right now just to play it, ain't nobody gonna be mad. Oh, that's the stuff he likes. If I start inner monologuing outwardly, I'll be locked up. I can play my own music.
They'll be mad. Exactly.
I'll be locked up because people think I'm crazy. I need somebody else to do it
for you.
So I can play my own music.
But you think they ain't gonna be mad at you because somebody running around you doing a monologue while you walking around?
No, they'll be mad at the person doing the monologue, not me.
but it's for you.
They don't know that. The person doing the monologue.
I think they're gonna find that out when they hear the dude running a monologue and then look at you and say, "Oh, he's describing what this man is doing." But they
don't know.
Eventually, they're gonna find out it's you.
No, they don't know it's for me. They know it's about me. There's a difference. They don't know that he is obligated to do it for me. They just know because
it's about you.
All he can do is say what is narrate my life. He don't have things to say on his own. He can't. Nobody can ask him, "Why are you doing this?" He's like, "I'm doing it because I'm obligated to do it." No, all he's allowed to do is narrate my life. Why are you doing this? As Jesse takes another bite of his grilled cheese sandwich, He enjoys it so much. What is wrong with you? He loves
And if
grilled
Morgan Freeman is
cheese.
physically there, he's gonna get hurt. You're gonna get that man hurt. Yeah, elderly abuse.
Play the James Earl Jones track.
I guess ain't nobody gonna hurt Darth Vader.
In those infamous words, niggas die every day, B. I ain't worried about it. I got another one on deck. I got people on deck to narrate.
Niggas get shot every day, B.
I got people on deck to narrate. I got stacks of them.
You tough, right?
Can you imagine having Denzel Washington narrate your life? Trying to tell you, this is the narration for me. That's what you got to do. And on that note, now you get to hear theme song go out. After all of that, theme song out. Because that's what we do. It's been a great episode of the Real Talk Podcast. I loved every minute of it. Back here with the Horsemen. Sorry, Big Smooth, you couldn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this was so much fun. I promise you. Well, I ain't going to promise you. There's a chance it'll be done again. I don't know when, but don't.
We're going to get it done, man. We're going to get it done. Yep.
Until y'all start really getting these views up.
You too, Hitman, if you out there, if you watching this stuff, we're going to get it done.
You got to get Hitman out here, too.
Yeah.
I forgot to tag Hitman in. He going to be mad as I tag him in when I get finished.
Yeah.
But, this is going to be wonderful. If y'all start helping get these views up, I can start getting some money from this for real and start doing some all kinds of stuff like this. And I have fun doing it. But anyway, it's been a great episode of Real Talk Podcast. Trek, tell them where to find you at.
Oh, Trek G. SoundCloud, Trek G, Instagram, TREK_Gibbs, Trek Gibbs. You can also call me. You will very soon be able to find me on Trek G on YouTube as well. But you can find me on SoundCloud, Trek G. You can find me on Facebook, Michael Gibbs. Hit me up anytime.
Y'all know how we do it. It's been the Real Talk Podcast. Y'all can catch us on the Real Talk Podcast Facebook page, as well as the Real Talk Podcast YouTube page, as well as wherever you get your audio streams at. I'll be honest, I've been slacking on getting these audios up. I'm going to get them up real soon. So right now, it's just Real Talk Podcast Facebook and YouTube channel. But I promise you, we get ready to get live and popping. We're also doing more and more interviews that are going to be coming down the pike for the Real Talk interview. That's going to be, you're going to love it. If you ain't listened to what we did with the Correct Me If I'm Wrong podcast, or if you haven't listened to the interview I did with my wife, you are missing some stuff. And I got some more coming up. It's going to be awesome. I promise you, I got some things coming. I'm trying to do some things up in here. So stay tuned for more from the Real Talk Podcast. Y'all know what I love to do. Y'all know what I love to say. No matter who you are, no matter where you go, do yourself a favor. And always keep it real. This has been a Real Talk Podcast. Thanks for listening.
This is Real Talk. Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk, Real Talk. This is Real Talk. Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk, Real Talk, Real Talk.